Oh, we're ThoughtDrought.
Where your thoughts get drained.
They pulled this fast one on him. Alright, what the hell are we
Getting a
talking
little
about?
fast.
What the fuck are we talking about today? It's been a while. Sorry we haven't been with you, but we have been predisposed.
Yes, many life problems.
Oh yeah.
Cars do not like my cars, so.
We talking about that right now or no?
Just a little addendum.
You want to talk about
car
that or
accidents
no?
suck. No, we could move on.
Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha, I forgot. What we're doing for that one. So just so you guys know, he killed several people with his car and had to go get it fixed. So that's why.
Totally not fake. Hint, hint, week, week.
No, you hate you said I'm gonna get you, and then you got him. So first thing is I got into
taxi.
So what's new with us? Well, I got into e-scooters. I became several flavors of more annoying now because I like micromobility. Me and him have gone to a very different directions with our vehicle tastes. Because while that's where I went, he went somewhere completely different.
Well, all I'm saying.
Wait. Let me just cue it before you spoil it for him.
Okay. So, in my defense, a Toyota Sienna is a bang for your buck vehicle. Alright? You see those two seats? Alright? There's two seats. That's a shit ton of space.
Those
are master class seats.
Look at that.
The third row has a lot of room.
Oh, wait.
You can fit.
Open. Look at all that. Look at all that. Imagine you just took out.
They're a fucking recliner. People in the back, they can lift up their legs. But that's not why I'm buying it.
The best seats in a van.
That's not why I would buy it.
The best seats in a van are the middle seats. Those are the fun seats.
But
those are the ones you're taking out.
If you want to get creative with your Toyota Sienna,
you suck.
You take off all the seats.
You suck.
You take off the back and the middle.
Garbage.
And then you use it to haul.
Garbage.
Because if you do that, you have as about the length, if not more, than a Toyota Tacoma.
Not the height.
The height? It don't matter.
And it is manly.
It don't matter.
It is
rugged. You go to pick up something in Huntington, something in some city, go to the city over.
Would you take your family in this, or would you not want to take them in a Toyota Tacoma crew cab? Or a Toyota Tundra?
Well, you're going to feel bumps. But it's okay.
Ah, yes.
Look, if you're not driving, how can you complain?
Well, I mean, with this, you don't even need to register it. And it can go, it costs 2 cents to charge. And it's a third of the price. It's great. Also, I don't do this because I'm a good boy. But I've heard people break traffic laws all the time because the lawmen don't really care that much because it ain't worth the time. And also, the consequences of someone on one of these running a red light, especially at an intersection, especially at some suburb, ain't as bad as a car doing it.
It's as bad?
No, not as bad. Sorry.
Okay, I was going to say
not as bad. Yeah.
You were actually driving the scooter while drunk.
60 miles an hour.
Imagine having a little blow device.
Actually, the scooter it actually uses a battery made out of depleted uranium, so it weighs 90 pounds. So if you hit someone with it, you're gonna break their spleen. Actually, every time I drove one of these,
maybe there's a reason why you should get fined.
Actually, I've almost died basically every time I've driven it. Even legally, people just don't check their right lane. So
that's not good.
Yeah, people don't check their right bike lanes at all, ever. So.
Well, you mean I'm coming into a street and there's a bike lane and I need to look to the right?
No, we're on parallel lanes, and you want to turn right, but you just don't check to see if there's a bicycle.
Okay. I thought you were talking about you're at a T intersection.
No.
And the person at the bottom of the T has to look to the right, which you should, but if a person's going opposing traffic, that's...
No, I'm talking about when you're going the same direction and they want to turn right. A lot of cars just will not look for the cyclist or the person on the scooter. They'll just ram the ever living shit out of you. What the fuck? You hear that? Did you hear that beep noise?
I did. Was that my phone?
Was that the bug?
Bug?
Was that the CIA?
Maybe it was the CIA.
Ah, jeez. Oh yeah, that's right. We have the. You gotta get to the podcast.
I'm trying to bring up.
Did we get canceled again? Oh no, it's going wrong. Christ. There's another person named ThoughtDrought, some lady. Who the hell is this lady? Screw you, lady. We're ThoughtDrought. We got more subs than you. Oh. Your last video was 10 years ago. Oh, then you do not matter. Oh, my computer's about to die. Damn. Alright, no, we're good. I'm at the stream. So, and you're at it too.
There we go. Yeah.
Hey, but look, it costs $800.
But you're on a scooter.
And what do you gotta hate? You gotta hate.
All I'm saying is that at $800 you could pay your deductible for a car crash. You know, there's other things you can spend that money on. And play devil's advocate here. You could spend $800 toward a better car.
800.
Yeah.
What kind of car can you get for $800?
No. I mean, instead of having the car, fuck you.
Dude, I'm about to say, wait.
Well, you just sell your car and get a better one. Somehow game the market, right? COVID happened. Your car is now worth twice as much as it used to.
A kidney does go for $35,000, so you only need one of them. So $35,000 can buy you a nice car.
You buy an old engine from a junkyard.
Actually, this brings up something I wanted to talk about outside of this, though. So EV cars are slowing down in sales. And
EV cars?
EV cars nationwide have been dropping in sales.
Why do you think that is?
Yeah, I was gonna bring that up too, but I guess since you asked me, you beat me to the punch.
Has hybrid sales gone up? Because if hybrid sales have also gone down, that's just a sad trend in the market. Like, people are just not convinced. People are not. The marketing team hasn't done a good enough job.
So no, I think what happened with EVs is that they're not that good yet.
Oh.
The reason I even brought up the scooter earlier, Awesome is a newer brand, but they've been around for a while. The reason I even bring these up is I think the real shiners are EVs, because EV vehicles are efficient, but they're efficient to a degree, and weight counteracts it, right? And people want these big, nice cars, and they need big, chunky batteries. That's going to weigh the car down even more. It's like, no, like to get efficient, I think you need to go the other way. And globally, sales of these are rising. So are cars. So people want EVs, they want both. But I think in America, it's just the blend of like the size requirements, the specific market that we live in, the regulations, on top of it's just expensive. Like there's no old EV cars on the market. I think the oldest EV car is like a 2013, 2012 Tesla.
That is also true. And then also when you get to that point, it's like, how bad is the battery?
They say, so Tesla says,
there's old Nissan Leafs.
They state, I don't know about the Nissan. Actually, Nissan Leafs are pretty good.
They're good, but you get the old ones on like Facebook Marketplace. They get you at like 70 miles.
I hate to say it, but I'm going to say like this would actually be competitive in terms of
And I guess
range.
also...
No? Because a Leaf with a few years...
it would be competitive.
A Leaf with a few years of battery degradation would only have...
Some of them are even worse.
Yeah.
But then again, like a Nissan Leaf is maybe $5,000.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you're basically spending as much as you would on an old Camry.
Yeah, but a Camry would be 8 times the car.
It would, it'd be able to get you to fucking Vegas or someplace,
On one can of gas, too.
Well, a Nissan Leaf, and this is a big problem with EVs, is that you sort of need a home to really get the use out of an EV.
Yeah.
Like, you need a home to charge your car. You don't want to fucking stop at the mall every time you need a fix.
One era we really fumbled the EV car? Not having the batteries be swappable.
Yeah.
That would have immediately gotten rid of the problems, because you could just swap them and charge them at stations if you just had a standard.
You could, but I feel like that would have never left the expensive luxury stage.
You don't think so? It happened with lead acid batteries. I mean, there's an approximate. Okay, besides the size, it's an approximate.
Well, like
standard.
you would need a shop that had huge machines, huge pulleys.
Yeah.
You'd have to go to like a gas station would just have to have.
I hate to pull out my forklift certifications. I'm no longer certified, but I was.
Mm.
They actually got hydraulic systems to pull out batteries from the forklifts, and the forklift batteries are heavy as shit.
But like your nearby local AM/PM probably is not going to have it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I guess it doesn't have to be an AM/PM.
The equipment's pretty common though.
To be out one, but
the equipment's pretty common though.
Yeah.
It's not like super like it's definitely something a workshop could.
But
have.
then is it something that has enough users?
Mm-hmm.
Like maybe there's enough users to have a couple of, like charging stations.
Yeah.
There's enough users to have some of them at some places, but they're not everywhere.
Well, what do you think about the I'm really sad that well, how do you spell it? The Mirage?
Oh, the Mirai.
Is it the
The Toyota Mirai.
Oh, is it the Mirai?
The one that's running off of hydrogen.
Yeah. So I actually talked to somebody about that. I went to a convention a while back, an industry thing, and they were talking about it. Oh shit.
You know, old Honda Civics, they had a trim where it would take natural gas, if I remember right.
Yeah, that's okay. I guess. Yeah, it's far enough.
Toyota
Mirai. Basically, the guy told me that like for the short term, it's the EV trucks are going to be better for shipping. Mm-hmm. But long term, it's probably going to be hydrogen, if it makes you feel any better.
So my grandchildren will live during the hydrogen age?
Probably.
Oh, boy.
I mean, for super heavy, transporting, it's going to have to be hydrogen.
Mm-hmm.
Because, I mean, people smarter than us have talked about it, but, the bigger the battery and the less cargo you can carry.
What's it called? SSD batteries?
In solid state, but even that has the same problem though. Like the bigger the battery, the less stuff you can. I mean, that has a better ratio, but it's still fundamentally the same problem.
Mm.
It's but hydrogen just doesn't have any infrastructure. But the reason why people don't use cars is because people don't want to charge them. Like if you want to go on a road trip,
I don't know if it'll happen without the marketing.
Okay, think about the road trip though. Think about a road trip. Americans love road trips.
Yeah,
specifically, yes, we love them, and I don't know about you, but it's kind of a bitch to have to spend 45 minutes at a charger. And that, by the way, is fast. That's supposed to be the fastest.
That's time away from your vacation.
That could easily add... That could take, let me think about it. If you're going... I'm not going to tell you where it's between, but I commonly do an 800-mile trip. If I was taking an average EV, I'd have to charge at least 2 times to get to where I'm going, right?
Depends on how far you're going, but
how hard on the 800 miles.
And then also, if you're riding at 80, 90, let's say 80, you're gonna need to use it more.
But it's cheaper.
Significantly more.
It's cheaper, but that time though, it would turn what would be normally a 6-hour trip into an 8 or 9-hour trip.
But if you're lower on the income scale, maybe you don't want to spend so much of your once in a while vacation time sitting
fucking
in and out. Charging your car, it's
$20 to charge your car. It's cheap to charge your car, but it turns a 6-hour trip into a 9-hour trip.
And then when you're commuting for work, just once a week, twice a week, you're gonna have to just sit at it in and out.
And by the way, 45 minutes is the best possible scenario. There's actually a very realistic scenario. You could be sitting there for an hour to 2 hours.
Yeah, Nissan Leafs were pretty bad. I mean, they were one of the more common EVs back. You go back 8 years ago.
I think Tesla controls most of the market, but Nissan Leafs are the most accessible. Yeah. Someone like me or him would probably drive a Nissan Leaf first.
Nissan Leafs are the cheapest.
Yeah.
Or one of the cheapest.
Or no, so not drive one. We'd probably drive Teslas because they got the testing drives everywhere, but we'll probably own a Nissan Leaf. If we ever bought an EV car in the next 5 years, it'd probably be a Leaf.
Yeah.
That's because they're just so cheap and available. But Tesla states... Do you believe them, though? They state that only 10% of degradation will occur in 20 years. You'll still have 90%.
Yeah, and we're going to be in Mars, right? Yeah, and also he was going to make a tunnel between fucking here and China.
He was going to make a space train to us and the moon.
And then the Neuralink was going to make me get into the fucking power grid. It's just... Yeah, I mean, he says a lot, but how much of it does he follow through?
It's all horse stank.
Look, he said he was going to fix Twitter, make it better. He lost billions of dollars.
You're saying Twitter's rat now.
All I'm saying is that he has done a lot wrong. He's done a lot right, but he's done a lot wrong.
Yeah.
He has not followed through in a lot of aspects. Cybertrucks are rusting for some reason. Car washes kill them. And am I supposed to believe that the battery... Like, I know they have good batteries. If I remember right, they even use some for the power grid in Australia, right? The Hornsdale battery. They have good batteries. Yeah. Like, look, it is true on their record that Tesla has very good batteries.
So I think I think what we can say is there's two things I think kill EV cars in America. Then I think trying to think about it. I think it's the size of America.
Yeah,
America's fucking huge. We can't you can drive for like an hour in Europe and be in another country.
Wait, one thing that also hurts Teslas
not here
is that they, if I remember right, they like lock you out or they do some things if you try to fuck with the Tesla's system.
Oh yeah.
If I remember, there's a dude who like works with like old EVs. Old cars, and he tried doing it with a Tesla, and he has to like jailbreak them or something.
There is one really cool thing about Teslas, though. If you buy an older Tesla, and I'm talking old, like 2013 to like 2017, apparently some of those come with free unlimited charging.
Oh.
So you never have to charge. Yeah, you never have to pay for fuel, which is, I mean, that's actually really cool. Like fuel costs a lot.
But then, I mean, as it ages, I hope they.
I mean, 200...
They keep that.
Let's say like 200 miles of range after a few, like 10 years. Yeah. That's still a pretty acceptable, depending on the price of that.
I wonder how much their interior holds up in 20 years.
Yeah, oh.
Like, I have a 2006 Toyota Camry. Actually, with leather. And it is pretty spotless.
2001?
With like nearly 20 years, yeah. Like, all these years gone by, and these cars have been holding up.
They hold up
and then you hear stuff about Tesla and Ford... American companies, and like their interiors are pretty rough after
a couple years.
Yeah, like
shit, not even a couple years. Some people say like right as they bought them.
So yeah, some of them say right as they bought them, some of them say 5, but for sure by 10 years they're struggling.
The Nissan Leaf actually has a pretty basic interior too. Man, we just started on cars today. Yeah. It's really good. We're gonna get into a bunch of sad stuff.
I know, it's like, and the car market's crashing. And they won't let you buy Chinese electric vehicles because it'll crash the American market.
Oh, yeah, okay. Okay, you want to talk about that? Okay, let's talk about that
That's
real
like
quick.
one thing that gets into like TikTok and like, oh, why are we banning it to help American companies? It's like,
our have you seen the car market? Our companies suck.
If it literally wasn't for us blocking Chinese EVs, Chinese EV would have been the most dominant EV vehicle, and it wouldn't be Tesla.
Most of the e-scooter brands, most of the e-electric vehicles you drive, all of them, come from China. I think there's a few European ones. There's a handful. But most of them come from China or Asia. It's not even a test anymore.
Yeah, they're cheap. They're doing what we did in the 1800s. And they're doing it for fucking cheap. And then they bring it to America and it's fucking cheap.
Okay, you want to see something? Right? I compare this.
The smart buyer would take advantage of globalism to buy them. You would not have General Motors. You would not have cheap Teslas. That wouldn't be a thing. Tesla would just have to be what they are right now.
Do you want to see something crazy?
Electric vehicle.
So the BYD is a car brand in China. It is basically one of the biggest car brands in the country. Their BYD is here. I just show you guys.
I just wonder how fucked the American economy would be if we let all of their imports in. Like, would we just be a service economy?
Right as I did it. Thanks.
Oh.
Yeah. I love that.
Yeah.
Right.
So Nissan, which isn't an American company, but we actually allow them to sell their shit here.
We?
Yeah, we force them to have factories or at least assembly be here.
Yeah.
If I remember right.
Oh yeah. You know what? Let's check that so we know.
Yeah.
Does Nissan have factories?
And that's one big thing is that whether or not America's forcing companies to have their factories here.
Yep. They got a few factories here, but. So,
and then if you don't, you pay tariffs.
Let us show one of the cheapest electric vehicles you can buy in China right now versus one of the cheapest you can buy here in America. So $13,000 versus $30,000, and the batteries are relatively similar. The engines are relatively similar. The charge is relatively similar.
Yep.
It's crazy.
It's like half the price.
But half the price.
Because they use really horrific labor conditions.
Well, you know. It's also half the power. It's 75 horsepower, which is basically the power of like a bike. But 100.
I mean, go back to a Nissan Leaf.
Oh, the range is actually much better, by the way. On 405
what is it, like
kilometers.
30% better?
Yeah. So not only is their car cheaper, but it's competitive with ours.
That's like 50% better.
Yeah, it's like look, like the fact that we're even trying to compete with China is kind of a joke when you really think about it. Because like, look at this. Yeah. Look at this. They managed to achieve a competitive car for a third of the price.
And I think it's funny how like Americans will be like, well, we're doing this to protect our companies and to protect America, but you won't do that with TikTok, huh? You know? It's the same concept.
It is.
It's the same.
So you're saying that
property.
Well, I'm
just saying it shouldn't be so surprising for American companies to get protected by destroying other American or other foreign companies' presence in the U.S.
It's like just we not do a that good to look.
Our core industries.
It's not a good look though when the cost of living is rising.
It's not a good look, but we've already done it. This is like a legacy thing, you know.
Oh, I understand it's a legacy thing. The impact of it though is like it's impacting. It's impacting a lot of shit, dude. I mean, a fact of it is a lot of people don't want cars anymore or they're moving towards older used cars because they can't afford them. I mean, look at this. I mean, if we had access to foreign markets, like people would probably be driving. You'd probably see these driving around the city.
They would be nice. And there's YouTubers who went out. Oh, damn! I should have said I was about to say that somebody had joined and left.
They don't care about us. We're advertising Chinese vehicles.
And we're like, well, you see, if you buy Chinese, if you just accept the China pill. And there's YouTubers who review like electric Chinese vehicles. Some of them even have like basic ACs, and it's very nice for that price.
Look, I guess the point we're making here is that like if we were being honest, America cannot compete with China on a lot of these industries.
Yeah.
But like, what do you think about it though? Do you think the upside of protecting our industry is worth basically making some of this shit unobtainable, though? Like, it employs a few Americans, sure, it helps. It keeps a few CEOs rich. But are there enough Americans being employed by this to make up for the fact that cars are basically unaffordable?
On a value judgment, no, I think it should be okay. I don't know.
I just wish there was a way.
When I look at it, I think practically, as a politician, as a legislator, you can't just let in the foreign companies because American companies, you go to like American factories in certain states, if you just let them die out, all those voters are going to fucking hate you.
They are going to hate you.
And the thing is, you can make everyone pay 5, 10, 20% more across the nation.
Mm-hmm.
That's not as bad as 100% or 80% of people in like 3 states really hating you. That just bunks your whole election.
Yeah.
You have like 3 like prime states. They're just like, well, fuck you.
Mm-hmm. I guess the problem with that is it's like it's the balancing act of how long can we keep the game going before it blows up? Because sure, like it's cars. Cars are not a necessary item. I mean, for a lot of Americans, it is right to get to work, but it's not necessary. Like I guess to live and breathe, right?
Yeah.
But when that shit starts going and that shit starts getting harder to find. Or too expensive to access.
So nice that we do stuff like farming for ourselves.
Or start stealing stuff.
Yeah.
Or mass protests and riots.
Yeah.
And then the U.S., and then the National Guard gets called. Then you know what I mean? Like, the only way to enforce that way of thinking in the long term is with a fucking shitload of violence. There's no peaceful resolution, I guess. At least I don't see it. It's like the mentality of we need to protect American interests, like, listen, man, American industry is a fucking, like, mirage. It's a twinkle in the eye of old people.
Yeah.
It's not real anymore.
Some of them,
yeah. It's not real anymore. Like, we can't compete.
Like, Facebook is still a pretty strong force around the world.
Yeah, but
although you're talking about, like, American industry, manufacturing.
Our manufacturing is fucking fake.
Yeah.
It's fake. I mean, yeah, we might make some stuff, some very specialized components.
We make oil.
We make components.
We drill that oil from the ground.
We make components. Sell it. I attended an expo a few days ago. We still make high-end stuff, but we don't make, like, we make specialized stuff.
Yeah.
But we don't make, like, high-end, like,
and
this stuff.
That is a marker of a developed nation, as some people would call it. You have a shit ton of specialists.
We do. Just all specialists. Yeah. We have a lot of that.
That's okay. But
we also have a mass army of
decide to take the moral stand that you shouldn't support, 50 cents a day, 20 cents a day labor from China or from other, you know,
well, we got to do it first,
America's
right?
taking advantage of. Huh?
Well, America got to do it first, right?
Yeah, well, that's the advantage of first world countries, or an advantage of a lot of modern countries today.
Not
That
first
they've
world
already
countries. It's the advantage of what do they call it? Economy first arriver or first something like that.
The point is that those who are right now at the top, they've done it before.
Mm-hmm.
They did that to get here. You know, that is true.
Yeah,
it's not like America didn't use coal.
Well,
right?
that's
America
not even our
coal.
problem with with China, though.
Yeah.
The problem that they were citing was the fact that China is subsidizing a lot of their companies. It's like, but we do that shit here too all the time. Tesla didn't make any money for like 20 years until it made like its 5th car. So it's like it's kind of a weak
we subsidize
excuse.
our farming. We subsidize a lot of things.
Yeah, I guess the problem is that it's like we don't value competition when it benefits poor people.
Yeah.
We only value it when it maybe sometimes for the middle class they get some nuggets, they get little chicken nuggets here and there. But the big chicken, the big roast goes up to the people who own these companies because like they rather kill the EV car market here in America than let the Chinese have their way.
Because it might hurt a lot of Americans.
It would hurt like 10.
It's like I remember in economics class, and they're like, okay, you can take Chinese steel.
Mm-hmm.
It'll make everything cost a lot cheaper. Construction will be cheaper. Building planes will be cheaper. Everything will be cheaper. And overall, as a nation, you will get more jobs out of it. There'll be more construction, right? Because everything's cheaper to make.
But now there's more poison.
You have now screwed over like 5 states, and they hate you.
Now those ICE cars are still on the road, though. Okay, keep in mind that those cars are actively making poison.
That's true. But 5 states, and probably 1 or 2 of them are a swing state.
And they don't give a flying fuck about
They don't care. Their whole livelihood was this product, and you said, fuck you.
My kid has asthma. Well, guess what? My cold job let me pay for my kid's asthma.
And that's...
Damn it.
It's something that, as a group, the Democrats or the Republicans, I'm going to guess it'll be more likely the Democrats, would have to go in there and give them different jobs. You would have to revitalize them.
That's something that the Democrats have failed
at. You'd have to do a Great New Deal and then center it in those states.
The Democrats have failed at actually doing that.
Because if you did a Great New Deal, like you did the infrastructure bill, and in it you did I know Biden sort of did this, but you'd have to do it at a grander scale, right, to totally wean them off.
You would need to do the Green New Deal, but that's so held up partisan-wise, it's never going to happen. It's like, you really do need a Green New Deal. Green New Deal would be so beneficial to the country right now because... Like, we don't have a lot of the necessary infrastructure in place to save green energy. Like, that's the big
and you can put them in a lot of these states, which are
Texas, California, a few places have already started building the mega batteries, the giga batteries. But, like, it's far behind.
Yeah.
So it's like, I guess it just comes... okay, I'll tell you guys something that's interesting. Like, I went to, I was covering an event. It was, what's up?
I really need to go pee.
Damn.
I'm sorry. I really need to go.
It's okay. Just I feel so alone.
You can tell them the story, unless if you wanted me to be there for the story.
That's fine. The story's canceled.
Oh.
I'll stare at you in disappointment now. You know what? Screw it. Since we're talking up the BYD so much. The seagull. What's that interior like? Huh. It's actually not a bad interior. It's pretty good. It's like it's a basic interior. But it's damn. Is that one of the higher end models, or is that just like a standard? This one looks a little bit more like a cheap, bare ass Toyota. But so you don't get to show me the high end version. That's giving you guys too much wiggle room there. How? He went. He didn't come back. You motherfucker! I hear you out there. He left me here to talk to the voices by myself again. This is how it all ends.
Did I take too long?
I heard you passed me. You made me sad when I knew you weren't going to come back.
Did I take that long after that?
You did.
Did I? You know, I've been thinking about something. Like AOC and like how she tried to do she bought like a really expensive sweater, but it was like an American-made union sweater.
Really?
Yeah, people were like, "Oh, look, you bought this expensive ass thing," and then she's like, "Yeah, well, it's because it was made in America by Americans. We didn't use any."
You know, straight up, I wouldn't care if it wasn't. You know why? Because straight up, she earned that money. It's her damn right what to do with it. Why are we questioning what people do with their money?
But it leaks into this because
shoot.
Well,
go on.
How do you buy American? Everything's so goddamn expensive.
Oh, this is the BY. This is the Seagull's interior.
That is nice.
Not bad. I was thinking, like, is this one of the nicer cuts?
It looks nicer than the Nissan Leaf.
Yeah, no, the Nissan Leaf's pretty rough.
Yeah.
I wish I could find a clear image of the BYD. That's the only problem I'm having is that I'm trying to find an interior picture of it. And it's hard because every time I get a picture, right? And I try to open the picture. Okay, there you go. Okay, finally. It's super minimalistic versus this. I don't know which one. Ooh. Damn, that's actually kind of hard. I think I do like the Seagull more. The Seagull looks more modern.
Yeah.
I don't know. What do you think? Which one do you prefer?
You know, I wonder if part of it's also the safety standards. Do they have less airbags?
I understand the safety standard, but that's kind of a bullshit rule when you consider the fact that like cars going back to the 70s are still on the road. And e-scooters and e-bikes and motorcycles and tricycles. And
I see it the same way I see how California was trying to do the ban gasoline thing.
Yeah.
Where they say, okay, you can't sell any gasoline cars.
Mm-hmm.
But you can still rebuy the old ones. It's a soft transition.
I don't agree. I see it as a soft barrier. You know why? Because if we were really concerned about safety, we would have regulated these heights.
They'll say the same thing about gas and electric. If you really cared about electric vehicles in the future, you would tell everyone you can ride a gasoline car.
I mean, we did care about emissions. It's not really that we care about the cars. I care about emissions, and that a lot of gasoline cars basically make no emissions now. Some of them do. They make very limited
But the old
emissions.
ones? The ones from, like you said, the 70s? The 80s?
Those are guzzlers. Those burn.
Going by that,
those burn rich. Yeah.
Yeah.
But they've also, because they're used, far outweigh the production of new cars in terms of their dirtiness, At least over like a certain period of miles. So
gross. But nasty.
Reusing, man. God, it's better to reuse old stuff than make more new stuff, I guess.
Or they can just buy new or used stuff.
I mean, when it's more efficient.
Is the supply of cars well over demand?
EV cars, so supposedly, I don't know if it's changed in the last few months, but the average day supply of cars, so say if they just didn't make any cars at all. Most car types in the US have it's 20 days worth of cars. EV cars, apparently there's 100 days worth.
Oh.
Yeah, so the supply is really over the demand right now. Badly.
But I think most people don't own a home or rent a home, so I can see why you don't get an EV.
Look, in America, you're going to have a better bet with micromobility and
hybrids.
If you want to do electric, plug-in hybrids might be good.
Hybrids also kill themselves in 10 to 15 years.
And micromobility doesn't work for long-range trips, so
yeah,
you're kind of still forced into buying an ICE car for certain uses.
Like if Toyota or somebody did a special, or if you have a car that's 10 to 15 years old, or somebody did it, where it would be very cheap to switch out the battery.
Actually,
I know it would make more sense.
I know why it's not barrier. Remember what they did to the Kia Sandbar?
I don't remember the Kia Sandbar. Show me. Educate.
They fucking banned the Kia Sandbar. My brothers out there know. My brothers out there in true sustainability know what I'm talking about. Oh. Did I not?
Oh, the mini trucks.
They fucking banned them!
Yeah, I mean, the mini trucks, a lot of them are just banned.
Because fuck you for not buying a Ford F-150. Fuck you for not buying an oversized piece of shit that's going to be too expensive.
All
and
I'm
have
saying
no
is
truck
that what's
bed.
the difference between buying that and a Toyota Sienna?
What?
They're low to the ground.
Sienna's actually easier to buy. And it's probably cheaper.
Exactly. Get a Sienna.
I think the only thing with this is it might be easier to repair.
It might be easier to repair. Also, you don't have to be afraid of getting dirt and other like grimy stuff.
Oh, it's definitely built for that like hauling life.
Yeah.
Like it's an industrial truck.
Like if you're hauling, but you're doing it for like a farm construction.
Oh, and you can carry it too. Small little bastard.
How much does it weigh?
Definitely not one guy. It would definitely need to be multiple guys.
But it is super light.
Yeah, but the point is you can move it as needed, which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, like I guess the reason why it's like I don't buy the whole safety thing is like, or the environmentalism is we ban this because of safety.
Yeah.
But then like we don't ban like trucks being functioning tanks.
Yeah.
Even though most trucks, like really big ones, require their own licenses to drive.
Mm-hmm.
Like you need to be specialized, but you don't like fuck it though, right? Like I don't know. America's screwed. Look, China, we're really fucking ourselves over here. The fact it took you guys this long to pass us, taking you this long to pass us, actually, excuse me, because you're not there yet. Sad. You have like 8 times as many people as we do. What the fuck?
Should we get on to the next article?
Yeah, I'm rambling. China number 1, America number 0. No, I'm on. Oh, so Nate from. Oh, we have more Cybertruck stuff, but we can watch that real quick since we're on EV cars. Speaking of American. Oh no, I'm sorry.
Getting all the advertisements for
I corrupted.
I'm just saying.
I'm
the
sorry.
designated demographic to show this off for is a child.
You know, he actually shouldn't be driving that thing. That's the funniest part. So this is
Is
actually bad advertising by Gallup.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, you legally shouldn't be riding one of these, but whatever. Who cares, right? And he's not stopping!
He did not stop for this.
Damn!
Neither did the driver.
Damn!
No one stopped for the stop sign.
Fuck that stop sign! The stop sign's...
What is this, a set? Did you guys build an American suburb to advertise this?
No, they just bought one out for a day to film a kid writing down it, I guess. Yeah. Well, now that we've done enough fucking showing off for Leopard, this guy's really cool. He's a YouTuber named Adam something. So, before we get into it, the Cybertruck. We're going to react to something a little different.
Okay.
We're going to talk about the Cybertruck. So, why? Before we get to Adam something's video, he's a YouTuber who talks about kind of like leftist stuff. He's does a lot of commentary. He's a big smart guy with a big smart brain. Adam something, please come on our show. You're a beautiful man, even though we've never seen you. Actually, I think I have seen him before, but anyway, he's talking about the Cybertruck. So before we get into it, what do you think about the Cybertruck?
Oh boy, I've seen it in person. I don't like how there's only one windshield wiper. I think that's very bad.
Oh, they already made...
It doesn't make fucking sense to me as to why you'd only have one. Like, what if something happens to it? At least if you have 2, you can get some coverage. One of them's like getting fucked up.
So, you know, what's funny is that I guess a lot of people wrapped their Cybertruck, and it looks pretty good wrapped.
No, I was talking to some family about it, and I was talking about just with no burns, it's just flat panels. It would be easy to wrap.
It'd be done.
They would probably still charge you a shit ton because you have a Cybertruck, right? They're like, all right, we know you can pay.
Okay, but doesn't that look? Oh shit! Yeah. Doesn't that look fucking good?
Yeah, it looks fantastic.
Damn.
If there was a car, right, that cost $2,000 instead of like $100,000, it would pay fucking monopoly money to get it wrapped.
Yeah,
that's crazy. It's just
the quality on these trucks is a bit shoddy.
Yeah.
They're only selling the more expensive one right now, too, I think.
I wonder if it was also easy to manufacture because it's literally just panels.
No, apparently they said they had to actually make whole new ways to manufacture steel because they the stuff that was out there couldn't actually stamp the steel into shape.
Oh, because everyone's used to doing it the other way?
Apparently,
because the material that's
apparently
used
they're
isn't
just
typical.
yeah. Apparently they're just it's just so much strength that they had to make new machines, and I'm just here like that sounds like a lot of effort for nothing.
It sounds like what would have been your strength became your weakness.
Is
the simplicity of it was supposed to make it cheaper, but because it's not done like this, it's more expensive.
It's a fucking I don't know. Yeah. It's a lot of hullabaloo, but what do you actually? You know what? Let's see the interior of it before we watch this video.
I don't really like the rims, but
well, we never watched the left video before, but we need to watch the leftist video as a little bit of an experiment. What do you think about that interior? It has a pretty cool little Tesla interior. Oh yeah, and then all the stuff that never happened.
Yeah,
this isn't what the tent looks like. Not even at all. Not even a little.
Prototype.
It's a prototype.
Look at how good it would be.
I mean, the inside's very basic. It's a good looking, Yeah. I don't know. I guess for me, it's never going to get out of my head because, like, we bought. You've seen the shit I drove. I drive stuff mostly from like the 2000s. I think the newest thing I've ever driven. I'm about to go to a thing to go demo test some cars.
Yep.
That'll be a lot of fun. So those will be new. But until then, the newest thing I've ever driven was like a 2017 Acura truck. And it was awesome, but I don't know. Having no buttons always made me feel uncomfortable.
Yeah.
I like having buttons, man. I like having the click. I don't know. But, like, does that make me a caveman? It feels like it makes me a caveman sometimes. Because it's like, who cares? Why does it matter if it has buttons? If it does everything it needs to do? I don't know. What would get you to move away from buttons?
Nothing.
Well,
what am I going to do?
Cybertruck has some buttons on top for the gears.
I don't like pressing screens or having like little touch sensors.
Yeah, I think that's how it does it.
I like it to be responsive. I need to know that I clicked it. Haptics are okay, but pushing a button is self-reaffirming.
There's the gear. That's the emergency or the redundant gear shifter.
I just also don't like how cars are trending to a way where it'll really cost a lot of money to fix it yourself when it comes to that age. Like, you look back at a 2000.
What do you think about the redundant gear shifter? So this is actually not what you use to shift its gear. You use the screen to shift its gear most of the time, but you can use this in case something goes wrong with the screen. What you think?
Like, you can just press it?
I think it has haptics. It might be buttons, but I think it's haptics. Oh, it's a touch. Yeah, so I guess it's just haptics.
I'm just saying. Like, you have a passenger that says "yeah, yeet" and then presses the fucking.
It doesn't do it when you drive. It doesn't change when you drive. Okay, but how is this any different? I'll play devil's advocate. Fuck it. How is this any different from the buttons? You remember, how the Acura, the Acura truck, had button shifters, which feels just as wrong.
You can still find some today that have button shifters. Probably Toyotas and Hondas. Maybe some
old
Kias.
Cars, though, like old cars don't have that at all. Like, it's all just a gear shift, like a lever.
I mean, they're the same.
Like God intended.
I'd almost like buttons more than the touch sensor, because at least I'm like pressing it.
The weirdest.
Nobody can just hover their hand and it just shifts.
The weirdest place I've ever seen a gear shifter, it was in a Prius, and it was next to the wheel.
Oh yeah, it's like a little knob, right?
Yeah,
it's like a doorknob. And you just let me just fadangle with this.
It's weird. It's weird as fuck. But I still think the button's weird though. They just press it and it would just shift.
Yeah,
I don't like that. I don't like that shit. Weird. It's weird, but let's
I don't like it.
I don't like it.
I'm scared.
It's new. All right, Cybertruck.
We're
not going to watch the whole thing.
He was hard at work designing the vehicle of the future, the Tesla Cybertruck.
What's this part?
A cyberpunk-themed because Aiden Ross tried shooting at it. Aiden Ross is a Cybertruck owner, as if the car needed any more bad press. If you don't know who Aiden Ross is, good for you.
The Twitch first, why? Obviously, I'm top G. You know girls are like big dicks, right? Shut up and listen.
Oh, God, is he going to show it? Yeah, he's going to show it. Yeah. Yep. God.
So they shot at his
they showed
Cybertruck,
it.
and surprise, it's
Never
not
seen
actually
that.
bulletproof. The steel just breaks
It's
under
not
the impact
bulletproof.
and collapses.
Son of a bitch.
It's bulletproof to 9 mil.
No, it's bullet resistant to 9 mil.
Well, if you shot a vest in the same spot 10 times, it's gonna burst.
Yeah, well, come on, you're smarter than this. FMJ, hollow point, there's a different types of 9 mil. If you shot hollow
Have you
points
seen
at
Jerry?
this,
It was a Jerry Rig Everything did it.
what did he shoot it with?
Yeah. And also, sorry I didn't choose the literally like armor penetrating bullet. It's like, look, the thing can't stop armor penetrating stuff. I'm like, sorry, it's not a tank.
Well, it could just be like a standard. I think it's just like a standard round, right?
It was a
Like
standard round. At least I going to believe Jerry Rig Everything did it.
Fine, all right. But before he is good. I like
Yeah,
it.
be like,
He does lie.
It's like, what?
Fuck
Are
you,
you
Jerry
fucking
Rig
Professor
Everything.
X? So you can tell what they did in the fucking video. Were you reading their minds?
He's Mr. Clean, okay?
He's Mr. Clean. No, I mean you're Professor X. You just know.
Fine,
Did
fine,
you read
fine.
Elon Musk's mind when he threw the ball on the wall?
You know what? I forgot what we were even talking about now with that other video. Now I'm just going to talk about whether or not this thing can actually stop bullets. Wait, he used a 50 cal?
He went from 22 and up.
Oh, okay. I'm about to say, like, god damn it. And now we're on body armor. Would you ever buy body armor?
Maybe.
I would love to get one of those suit lined.
A protest, maybe. Yeah.
No, I would love to get, well, okay, yeah, that's actually
The
true.
suit line ones are cool, but they're heavy.
It's like a 60-pound jacket, yeah. Still fun, though.
I also wonder how effective they are. Jacket ones.
Ceramic, you get ceramic plates.
Yeah.
It's good for, like, ARs. It's pretty good.
I wonder.
Today we're going to see how bullet resistant the Cybertruck really
Mr.
is.
Clean!
Since nothing is actually bulletproof, there's always going to be...
I've been watching a lot of this stuff recently.
But today we're going to see
I've been
scientifically where that line gets drawn. We have tiny 22 bullets all the way up to a 50 cal, which...
What type of 9 mils do you use?
Snowy today, so we have to sterilize the surface with the burn test. The splatter.
He does in the beginning of the video.
What, the 9 mil?
Yeah.
He actually shows you the bullets?
It's a little bit snowy today, so we have to sterilize the surface
Okay.
Not that early.
with the burn test.
He burns it.
All right, that was close.
I don't want to get copyright claim. I don't know how ornery he is on that.
To 12 cards and has a lifetime warranty. This is what
Okay,
Peter
that's over
handgun,
here.
shooting full metal jackets, 115 grain, and I am gonna take.
Oh shit.
First gun we'll be trying out is a Glock 19.
Yeah, why did
It's a
you do the
9mm
research,
handgun,
Daniel?
shooting
Come
full
fuck
metal-
yourself.
Why did you do the research?
Eat my ass. How about that?
Why didn't you just fucking put my cock in everyone see? Why did you just take a lick? You judged it. Like, God, I just... All I'll say is that Elon has...
Now you're the BC Elon stan. Now you guys.
now I'm an Elon stan.
Now you're
I'm
gargling
forced-
his balls, okay?
I'm not even an Elon stan, but like,
Yeah,
it's
choke
factual,
on
it's
it.
factual.
Choke on it.
I am gonna take 5 shots and see where that gets us. Never shot 100.
I
I'm
bet.
not going to lie about a
Elon
person.
says it's bulletproof.
You know, I'm gonna...
Well, that's me, apparently. That's all I do.
Wild.
Eat hot chip. That and eating hot chips. Oh, is he shooting the ridge bullet?
Oh,
He's doing both.
that one went through. Did it?
As you
Oh,
can see,
no.
there are multiple bullet
Oh,
entrances.
that's sick.
Some of them did not hit the ridge
They're a
wall.
little bit warm.
Although he's also
They're a
doing an
little bit warm,
advertisement
but
for
there's
the ridge
no
wall.
cracking.
So
That's awesome. The Cybertruck is bulletproof to a 9mm for sure. Looks like we... Oh, no way. I didn't even see this. Zoom in on this. The Damascus steel caught the bullet. Oh, my...
Damn.
That's amazing.
I could have sworn it didn't stand the 9 mil, but I guess fucking not.
maybe Jerry Rig Everything is also on that Elon cock. You know, maybe he's just waiting for that.
No, I guess
Fucking
it did. I guess it actually stood up to it. How
sausage.
far did it go?
You gotta be watching it. He does the whole. Then he goes further.
When
And then
does
after that, he does 22 LR, and then he.
Oh, well,
does,
22 isn't going to go through
I
it.
know,
but like,
but that's the next one he does. I don't remember what
Two
comes
very
after.
small
After that, the range of bullets. I don't remember.
yeah, but I was saying, like, what's 22 obviously?
We'll keep going then.
No,
And then you can
I'm
find higher
already
bullets.
wrong.
Well, yeah.
Damn. You don't need to make me sit and bask in it. Like,
Well,
fucking
you're looking
stew.
at it, you're wondering, and I'm like, well, you gotta watch to find out how wrong you are. You know, you gotta sit there and like look at the pages, look at the script.
I just gotta look at it.
They
as-
hated Jesus because he was right. You know, Elon is Jesus.
No, that's it. I picked the bear.
All right,
So I need your.
bear versus man. God, man or bear explained. You know, they say some men are bears. What do you do then?
Wait, man or bear?
Let's talk the man-bear test.
So it's a TikTok thing. Yeah, we're gonna have you
Is there a
comment.
video of it?
I mean, give me a moment.
Can I put this this topic, this conundrum to a face? Can I?
Give me a moment.
I think about
I'm getting to it.
how serious
Damn it!
this problem is. Oh, we're gonna get a male's perspective. So right now you can't see it, but on the other monitor, we're looking at a man talking about
No,
it.
I don't
Yes,
need the
I would like to
floating
know how
player.
a man thinks when it comes to women's safety. You know?
Thank you. Someone I can relate to. Exactly.
Yes, as men, we can only watch the male perspective. You know, we can't get the women
In the
perspective.
U.S.,
Sorry.
there are also 165 million men and 168
Like
million
that.
women. Since 2020, there have been 8,000 fatal attacks on women by men and 1.6 million non-fatal attacks.
Is this dude really going to logic his way?
First, just so we're clear, this is an impossible hypothetical because in the U.S., the Departments of Natural Resources in every state regulate the population of bears. Do not regulate the population of men. Sure, for the sake of this, let's do the impossible. In order to adjust for population, the number of bears in the United States would have to increase by a multiplier of 485 in order to equate to the same population.
Are we going to watch a dude do it actually?
Oh, he's about to do an actually?
Yeah, no, he's basically saying like, oh, the ratio.
Well, now we're answering the bear or man
You
question.
wanna know why
We're
bears
writing
are
the
safer
algorithm.
is because you literally don't live near a fucking bear. So yeah, you're already away from
Yeah,
the bears.
women. Let me drink my beer
No,
now.
I'm talking to this dude because he's like, well, you see, per capita. I'm like, well, if you just don't live next to any fucking bears, you're not going to get killed by a bear. If you live in the desert...
Actually, wait, no, you're wrong. No, you got it wrong.
Two
What?
times more likely to be killed by a man than a
Oh, is he on the bear side?
and about 220
Yes.
times more likely to be involved in a non-fatal attack by a man.
But that's not the reason why.
I should note, statistics on bear attacks are not infamously underreported, unlike the other side of the equation, where statistics show
It's
that
still
only about
stupid, though,
1/5
because they're like, well, you
of
see,
bear
actually,
attacks by
there's
a
less
man
bear
are
attacks. I'm like,
reported, and less than 1/5 of
people
those
don't
actually
fucking
do
fuck
less
with
than
bears.
less than 1/100.
And if
People
they do, they
live-
eat you.
Yeah.
But
But
because
most
I have...
people live in cities, and most people are never going to see a bear, maybe once in their life.
Well, I talked to my Wink doll, and my Wink doll told me the reason
Okay.
why they prefer the bears is because the bear, like, even if the bear did attack you and eat you, because, you know, bears are fucking bears, it's because that's what the bear does. The bear won't lead you on.
Well, what
give
happens when you say
feelings.
that's what men do? You know? All right, I'm just saying, you're going to come out here and
Okay,
say,
but the
well,
male
this is what men do,
response-
and then you say this is what bears do.
The male response is a little weak, though. It's like,
Male response? Well, me as a man,
hold on. It was like,
I'm just going to say is that, yeah, you're not going to get, like, if you live in the desert and you're like, hey, I'd rather be next to a shark than a man when I'm in this desert. I'm like, yeah, you're in a fucking desert. When would you ever going to get killed by a shark?
okay, the male counter is, would you rather tell your feelings to a woman or a tree?
Tree. All right, man, I'm just saying.
They don't make you feel bad. Look,
No, I mean,
look. The retort of
say what you're gonna say to the woman. I don't know.
the retort of
Practice
well,
at a tree.
you make my feelings hurt, man. To the like, women are scared of violence, and your retort is, well, men have hurt feelings.
What?
Man, that does not look very good, in my opinion. I don't think the retort's a very good retort.
Oh, you're talking about the overall male response?
Yeah, it's like, women, we're scared of men because they're violent. Men, we don't like women because they're mean. Like, god damn
I
it.
didn't see this. I guess I wasn't really all over this either. I saw it, I
This
glanced
is
at it,
a
and it looked
TikTok
away.
trend, because TikTok's where you go for the greatest of moral debates.
I just saw people making jokes saying, yeah, okay, sure, then you get eaten by a bear.
The
you know?
modern Greek philosophy is only done in the halls of TikTok.
Oh, yeah. That's the true academia of Gen Z.
Exactly.
Yeah.
The halls of TikTok is where you go to debate the issues of the day.
I forgot. That's where we all got our degrees in fucking Rizzling University. Yeah, that's what we got. We had to solve our generation's biggest questions, like man or bear,
I'm glad we contributed time.
tree
to
or
this.
your love.
Fine, I have an even better thing to contribute our time to.
Oh, okay.
We're gonna tour Erewhon.
Erewhon.
It's a store in downtown LA. Apparently, it's...
Why is there rich people in downtown LA?
I know, right?
Look, I'm just saying,
Wow.
like,
Do not look at my
A little rough.
location, you fucks.
there's rich things in downtown, but like, if you're really
Is
a
that
rich
Dua
person,
Lipa? Oh no, that's Kendall Jenner. They all kind of look the same, don't they?
ooh. All right. Well, all I'm saying is,
What,
I
women
didn't say
who
that.
want to look fake? Oh, wait,
I'm just
okay,
kidding.
okay, what? Women who all want to either look more ethnic than they are or fake ethnic if they aren't.
Yeah.
Whatever. He's like,
I don't know what you're talking about.
Let's see how much.
In no way are the Kardashians fake. No.
Okay. Fine.
You
know what? I need some milk. Can I even buy milk here?
Well, I mean,
do you even believe milk alternatives?
Yeah, because
oh no, milk. Oh
God, dude, raw milk is such a fucking scam.
Raw milk is dangerous.
Have you ever looked at the history of raw milk?
Raw milk's dangerous.
Yeah, you could get fucking horrible diseases.
Well, don't worry. Oh my God,
you can get tuberculosis.
Is there pasteurized? Do you guys have like safe milk?
No, the whole point of raw milk is that it's supposed to be fresh.
Oh, here you go. Organic milk, whole, ultra high temp.
Now, do they say ultra high temp because they don't want to say pasteurized?
So I think, yeah.
Okay, pasture raised.
No.
Oh no, not pasteurized.
No. So what ultra high? No, God damn it! Wait a moment. I'll tell you what ultra high. Fuck. All right. What ultra high?
With the facts.
God, fuck. It just means it can stay out of the refrigerator. It's been treated in a way that it can sit on a shelf.
Like European eggs?
Yes. Oh. God damn it, or Spanish. I actually like to call it Mexican milk.
What?
Because it's still the stuff sold in like South America and in Mexico and Central America and all that stuff. It's basically sold everywhere south of the U.S.
Okay.
Yeah, because people don't got refrigerators as often, so they use this stuff instead.
I thought you were saying like that specific brand.
No.
I don't know if they're having Horizon Organic.
Oh,
wait, yeah, this really makes you.
They all shop at Erewhon.
Yeah,
they're the second biggest supplier of South America. No,
I have a feeling, a rising suspicion. I mean, it is downtown LA. Don't get me wrong. If there's going to be a demographic to bring your supply for it, yeah, they're the rising demand.
No. I just meant like they just buy this kind of product a lot. Europeans buy it too.
Europeans, yeah.
I mean, Asia buys it too. Basically, just everywhere. It seems like it's pretty common everywhere but America.
I like my pasteurized milk. I like the fact that it doesn't give me disease.
Well, this doesn't give you. This is safe to drink. This is treated just like pasteurized milk.
I know.
But the pasteurized milk is just better because it tastes good and it's cold.
Yeah, and I like it cold.
Exactly. All right, fine. Now that we're done talking about our random bullshit interests and or other stuff, is there anything else you want to talk about before we get into all the politics and sadness?
No, I think that's it. I mean...
Oh, there's the Freedom Tunes video.
There was also the speech. Well, I guess the speech is getting into the... Yeah.
Same with the Freedom's Tunes. I like to believe that's the way we rev up before we get going.
Before we get all sad?
Yeah. Freedom Tunes or the greatest speech of all time?
Freedom Tunes.
Alright, Freedom Tunes first. Alright. Damn. Okay. Don't want to
time to just get it. I mean, we can do the speech first. You want the speech first?
Nah, that's fine. So there's this cartoon. I don't. How is he on the copyright? I guess we can just feel it out. Oh, I mean, just watch the beginning. The beginning part seems like it's the most replayed part anyway.
It was an advertisement. Imagine.
Son of a bitch.
So yeah, it's the most replayed part, and it's.
So, Freedom Tunes is a libertarian/conservative YouTuber who is now making a parody of the Jubilee. And you know what? Because Jubilee is fucking copyright claimed us so many times, I will watch it just because.
I mean, Freedom Tunes might copyright claim you. You have no idea. My copyright.
Well, that wouldn't be very free now, wouldn't it be Freedom Tunes?
Would not.
Goddamn.
Fine college protesters.
Would be nasty. Shit. Oh my fucking god.
Look, he's a fucking TMNT, alright?
One member of Hamas.
I'm blanking on the...
If the students
I thought you said TNT for a moment. Like, what the
AT&T. I'm a standout for
the Hamas agent is?
That.
They win.
Who's the Hamas agent?
The terrorists win.
Oh no.
As an LGBTQ activist, I believe Israel is an occupying power.
Hey, we're trying to see which one's the bad guy.
No, I was trying to make sure. I'm like, I don't think there's a TMNT.
We're trying to see which one's the bad guy.
I guess it's because he's a terrorist.
But I'm trying to see who's the bad guy. Okay.
You can't see. You have a blindfold on.
Well, we're trying to guess, not them.
Have a right to their own autonomy, in the way my marginalized community has a
You're
right
under arrest for anti-Semitism.
Wait, what? No.
You piece of shit.
So, I stand in solidarity with the people of Palestine. I don't think it's okay for Israel to kill as many civilians as they have. I don't really believe the narrative that Hamas is just really bloodthirsty and wants to kill.
It's kind of better sped up.
They have legitimate grievances, which means anything and everything they do is excusable.
You're under arrest for second-degree Jew hatred.
Huh?
Okay, I think I see the bent of this channel now. Listen, man, I don't think it's the Jews that are the problem here. I think it's the Zionists. They're basically just supremacists for the Jews. So it's like the most extreme version of that group possible. Kind of like you, in a weird way, right?
What?
Zionism.
Yeah.
Zionism bad.
So he's kind of like me?
No, what the
I was saying, like...
It's like I heard... No, I said...
Wait a moment.
No, I'm saying Zionists are like the most like extremist Jews.
Okay.
Kind of like how he's the most extremist, like conservative.
Yeah, it's like you have an extreme fundamentalist Christian who talks about how tribes can't mix, and that's why they're still for pro-segregated marriage.
And, you know, I always kind of thought it was a funny thing to say, like, oh, but Hamas doesn't like gay people. It's like, but don't you guys not like gay people? How would you guys spend the last, like, 40 years talking about how they're gonna go to... There's a plane about to get bombed.
Oh, no. What?
Oh, we're in...
North Korea got it. They did it.
You made a much more tasteful joke than I was about to make.
Oh.
Thank you. You saved me, but didn't know it.
You gonna say another tower fell?
Nope.
Okay.
Worse than that. Anyway, no, good. I was just gonna say, it's the Zionists. I mean, they've had their hands on the government's balls for a long time now. And, you know, the shitty part about it is, yeah, like, when they say, like, oh, they hate, Hamas hates gay people, why do you support Hamas? It's like, don't you guys also hate gay people? Don't you guys vibe with that? You know, the whole, like, we don't like LGBTQ, RSA, RGB, whatever the fuck it is. Like, so, it's like, obviously. But,
was it Ilhan Omar talked about it's all about the Benjamins, and it was taken out of context because she was talking about, like, like political action groups that just go out and they start spending money, like lobbyist groups. And there are a lot of Zionist groups that spend money toward Congress members, right? You want to get your campaign a little bit of gas, you want to get it going, you can take some money from them, but they'll have favors they ask for, things you want them to vote for. And if you're doing that, you know, like, you can look at that and be like, hey, this shouldn't be the reason why they do it. A lot of these Zionist groups have pools, have ties, because they spent money to get there. It happens. And
I guess, but that's the bent of this video. Yeah. Like, you can't criticize Jewish
But
people.
as a group, I don't think we believe that in any anti-Semitic things.
Well,
like
we are watching someone else's.
Yes, we're watching someone else's thing.
I'm
just thinking about the backdrop of, well, someone's probably still going to clip chip in it.
It doesn't matter at this point. Look, the thing about Hamas is, I don't think Hamas is good for the region. I don't think Hamas is good for Palestine, partially because Hamas has literally controlled opposition. Hamas has been the only faction they dealt with over the last 30, 40 years. So, I don't think they're good. I don't want my opposition controlled. I don't want me controlled by opposition. I think, all right, but that's where they find themselves in right now. So, in the short term, they have to deal with them. But, you know, what do you do after the deal comes? You know, how, like, is Hamas really going to... Basically, you know, in the most cynical view of this, what Hamas did on October 7th, basically, in my head, screams recruitment. Recruitment drive. Honestly. What else was there going to do? Even if they cut the relations off between Saudi Arabia and Israel for a time, things would have settled down eventually. That's not permanent. Not long. It's really not even estranging Israel. The money's still there, right?
I just wish that the leader of the Palestinians cared about Palestinians. Because at the end of the day, I don't feel like their methods show that they care about Palestinians. That they're just more or less fighting for their own cause.
That's what I mean, right? It's like this, by drawing the ire of the Israeli government and getting the shit bombed out of them, you know, like what happened in Afghanistan, they're going to have a whole generation of soldiers in the coming years. And it's like, they guaranteed an army for a little while.
It sort of mirrors America's involvement in the Middle East. You know, you kill a lot of kids, you kill a lot of families, that's a lot of people who are going to get angry at you.
Yeah.
If you kill a lot of people who are young, if you
a lot of relatives take up arms.
What happens when you cut the water supply and you bomb the hospitals and you bomb children, and then they're like, how do I get any sense of supplies or security? You have to join Hamas.
But keep in mind, though, Hamas also was a part of the reason the Gaza water situation is as bad as it is.
Yeah.
They cut the pipes to make their shitty...
I think it's especially
missions.
when you're stopping supply trains. Like, there's videos of Israelis going after supply, was it like foreign aid going in to help humanitarian aid, going in and taking down from the trucks.
The people of Palestine have very few people in their corner.
Yeah. And if you're a Palestinian who's stuck there, one of the millions, and you have no food, no water, but they say if you join Hamas, you join the ranks, you can get food and water. You literally don't have water because your enemy has cut the water supply.
Mm-hmm.
What are you going to do? If you're literally going to die from starvation, from dehydration, why wouldn't you join Hamas? And I'm saying this now with the Palestinian flag and behind me, but I'm just saying, like, Israel should not, and America should not put the Palestinian populace in that position where they basically have to join Hamas to survive.
That's basically the thing about Hamas that's very dangerous, is the fact that Hamas, that's why we call it controlled opposition.
Yeah.
Because when you had other groups you could have dealt with, when you could have done different actions, you chose to do the actions that would have drawn the most militant responses.
And, there was a thing called soft power that goes alongside hard power. Things to win the
It's been a little while since I've seen the update on it, but Israel has done a very bad job at supporting the civilian population under its control.
Like America, even though America did blow up hospitals, do horrific things, and really
they still
tried to make hospitals and make schools. They
police,
still had a soft
we still tried to do stuff. We still made
it's such
shit.
a low bar.
It is,
but God, how could you still fail?
Israel has been recommended to do that by basically every one of its allies, and it ignored all of them.
They destroyed universities
all of its
in Palestine
and did nothing to replace it. They did nothing to replace it. They did nothing to safeguard certain types of buildings like the universities and churches and mosques, which are supposed to be protected under, I believe, supposed to be under the Geneva Convention, unless they've been converted to like some type of military purpose, which is what they use to blow up a lot of the mosques.
Yeah. And then if you're a 17-year-old Palestinian, was it half
your
of them
mosque
were under 18?
Your mosque just got blown up. The one you went to school or Sunday school, whatever their equivalent is. I'm pretty sure people in Islam have some equivalent to Sunday school.
And all those people who are displaced, who can't leave because literally if Israel told you to turn left, they put bombs on the left side. They gave routes for them to leave, and then they put bombs where they were going to leave.
Nice. So
they just bombed. You're like, what are you supposed to do as a Palestinian? You're putting them in their arms. Israel is putting Palestinians in the arms of Hamas.
They are. But since we're on the Palestinian thing, we can come back to the
speech.
The speech.
Okay. There's the Bill Burr.
We can do the Bill Burr.
Because they talk about Gaza.
Yeah.
106-21.
And then we can talk about the dean, and then we can go do the speech. Actually, you know what? The dean to speech is actually kind of a good transition.
Yeah.
Professional podcasters.
Ridge is the biggest Father's Day sale.
As something
professional podcasters. I do want a Ridge wallet. I had one, but I didn't like Okay, so I had a Ridge wallet. I had a knockoff of one. God damn.
What is it?
Hey, wait. Don't move. Let me stop putting it on my leg. I had a Ridge wallet. And it was okay.
Sounds like a confession. I had a Ridge wallet.
It was a carbon. Fine, you got me. It was off-brand. It was an off-brand Ridge wallet because I ain't going to spend no $100. But
apparently you can stop at 9 mil if you get the Damascus steel one from Jerry.
I got the carbon fiber one. I like carbon fiber. You don't like carbon fiber? Not carbon fiber.
Nice.
Right?
I just don't like Ridge wallets. I just don't like the design. I like.
No. That's fair. I tried to roll with one for a year, and the cool thing is they're really thin. They're thinner than your wallet will ever be. But the problem with them is that they can't hold money, and it's very hard to tell where your card is. Especially if you just take your card out and you say you put it back without looking, and just put it in your pocket or whatever.
You have to flip through everything.
Now you gotta fucking take them all out and look and see fuck which one is.
But it's efficient.
No, it's thinner. It's thin. If you wear tight pants, it's actually really good for that. Like, if you wear, like, skinny jeans or what do they call them? The lean fit? I forget what they're called.
Athletic fit?
I'm a bit of a fat guy, so I haven't had these clothes in a bit. Slim fit, yeah. You wear slim fit, it's really good for that. But, yeah, like, it's really hard to find your shit in a Ridge wallet. I'm just coming from someone who used one. I've used one of those wallets with just, like, a two-side thing now. So, it has a little money thing in the middle.
Gross.
It can't hold cash either. You're advertising all your cash.
And this is why we hate Ridge Wallet. We'll never get a sponsor from them.
I mean, I'll try a Ridge wallet if they send it. I would love to review a Ridge wallet for free, but you guys already kind of know my opinion on it. Unless they have a superior product. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
Hey, Club Random fans, guess what?
Alright, so you had a specific time.
Yeah, 106.20.
And there's a biker.
Yeah.
You know, I thought about taking the e-scooter to the bike club before. I'm like, this is a stupid idea.
It's an idea.
I know. It's stupid as fuck. I know. Not even... Everybody looked at me like I went cross-eyed.
Be like that?
It's fine. I can't see anyhow.
They're never slowing.
Battle of the Bills. Bill Burr
it really is.
Versus Bill Maher. Fuck you, Bill Maher.
Working class Bill versus Professor Bill.
Am I going to be yelling, fuck you, Bill Maher?
Probably. You probably are.
So you want to preface this a little?
So basically, Bill Burr, the nice comedian, came on to Bill Maher, who's a comedian who talks about politics. He went on to his podcast.
Funny bald man.
And they're about to talk about the Palestinian protesters at college campuses or universities.
Wonderful.
Pro-Palestinian protesters.
Oh, and I'm sure they're going to have Bill Maher, the king of free speech, is going to have amazing things. You remember back in the day, before we get into it, remember back in the day when, like, and I mean back in the day, like 2015, 2016, so not even that long ago, you guys are older. He was really big on free speech.
Bill Burr?
Bill Maher.
Bill Maher?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Remember that?
Yeah.
When he was like...
No, I'm pretty sure on other issues he wouldn't take the stance he did today, or at least on podcasts.
like historically, like, he's been pretty good on protest. Like, he was always kind of considered left-leaning.
And look, we can get into it, but I don't think he's necessarily saying, at least in this, I don't know if he's done in his show, but he doesn't, in this podcast, come out and say they shouldn't be able to protest. But then again, I think if it was something for... Like, if they were protesting the Afghanistan war, I don't think he'd be so harsh. You know?
How do you feel about Wall Street?
I don't remember. I was never that big into Bill Maher. I was more into Jon Stewart.
I'm kind of going back in time. In terms of liberals, my big liberal love is Norm Macdonald.
Well, Norm Macdonald's good, but like he wasn't as. I mean, he got political sometimes, but he wasn't.
Yeah, he got pretty political sometimes.
Yeah, but like Jon Stewart is more like he was. What's it called? The Daily Show, or it was mainly about politics, basically politics, with comedy.
Oh.
Oh boy,
this might be in his record. It seems. Oh my God! I'm sorry.
Oh no. Electric scooters.
It's gonna follow us everywhere. The Atlantic. Even Bill Maher has turned on Occupy Wall Street.
Oh no.
He was always one of them.
Nice that he used Afghanistan instead of Occupy Wall Street.
Let me ask
I'm using Occupy Wall. I think Occupy Wall Street's more similar to this in terms of what's happening on the ground.
In terms of what they did?
In terms of action, yeah.
Yeah. I'm talking about in terms of the cause. Like, he would have a softer heart if it was for a cause he was more for.
But in terms of the militarism, I guess this shows some consistency on his part, huh?
Yeah. But then again, maybe he has a softer heart for Afghanistan than he does Occupy Wall Street.
Ooh, are liberals just soft? This might just be liberals being soft.
It's like, what is your... Like, some people are really good on a lot. Like, David Pakman's really great. But on Israel, he's not the best. He is certainly middle.
So liberals are not good for agitation, protest.
That's true, but it's like, it's a thing that comes with each group. Some liberals are good on it. There's a lot of liberals who are pro-Palestine.
Liberals are good on a certain type of advocacy. Yeah.
And then some people have their own pet issues. And then, talking about the left spectrum, progressives don't get it right on Ukraine. So,
they're really bad on international cooperation, I think. But at the same time, it's because they have a version of it they envision. But the version of it that already exists is actually not that bad in terms of the way it was built. I mean, look, what it built is terrible, but that's because the whole world's on, like... We came out of, like, colonialism. We came out of a lot of shit, so I'm not going to give them too much flack. A lot of good criticisms, but it's, the world's stable because of a lot of the interconnected systems that have been built. So it's...
I feel we should probably get into the video, though.
Yeah.
I realize
if you occupy anything for too long, people do get pissed off. And as I watch them on the news now, I find myself almost agreeing with Newt Gingrich, like, you know what, get a job.
I think Bill Maher...
That is consistency, that is...
I think Bill Maher is just not a militant. Yeah, I think this might just be a thing with Bill Maher. He's just not a militant guy.
Maybe.
He's milk toast.
What did he say about the George Floyd protest?
I think they went home.
Oh man, we're just going take after take, aren't we?
Was Bill Maher consistent with Occupy for Floyd? Ooh, now with House sitting protesters.
Mini deep dive on Bill Maher.
Sleeping over in the park anyway.
I swear, we see a clip and him saying the knee wasn't that hard. Like, I don't think he would have a clip saying that.
But now it's just a bunch of douchebags who think throwing a chair through the Starbucks window is going to bring on the revolution.
He didn't touch it. He didn't touch it because it's too big. It was too big.
There might be something out there.
But no. He just danced around it.
There might be.
He said he just blamed George Floyd's protest on COVID.
Well, yeah, we could have them both, though.
That's great. That's A+ for me. Hey, at least he doesn't write his own jokes.
He doesn't write his own jokes?
Oh, no, sorry. I mean, he does write his own jokes, sorry.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure he has some writers.
He does write his own jokes. Because, look, I mean, if you go by his own takes, come on. It's fucking dumb.
Well, like, I don't agree with him that it's a reckless... Well...
Yes, the COVID shutdowns caused the George Floyd protests.
I do think it is true that with all the shutdowns, it made it so then protests would be worse. Everyone's stuck at home. A lot of people on basically unemployment. All that free time, you're not doing anything. People agitated. People more likely to commit crime during this peak of unemployment, low money, free time. Those like really bad things if you want to stop huge, movements.
I mean, this was in 2020. Yeah, I mean, it's been going on since 2019.
And that was, I guess, later on 2020. The pandemic started like March. Really. Around March is around the time when universities and colleges were like, hey,
I don't agree though, because the framing of it's bad, because a lot of the experts are saying that if we shut it down quicker, we would have been okay. And that's not an experiment. That was bared out by...
That's going away from this point.
How that it's a reckless experiment?
I'm not talking about the reckless experiment.
Oh, you're just talking about...
I'm just talking about...
The way it impacted...
Yeah, the way it impacts protest. So I think, COVID...
Yeah, I know. What I'm saying still has to do with that. Because I guess what I'm pointing out is that if it was applied better, it wouldn't have led to the same... We would have opened up sooner.
That's
we might
true,
not have had the same
still
instability.
During that time, it would have been worse.
Maybe.
I think so.
No, the reason why I don't agree is because we might have had less infections. The medical system might have been...
I don't think it's just infections that cause there to be... I think it's the downtime. A lot of young people are just at home.
You don't think it's the fact that a lot of people were getting sick, and you don't think that also played into things?
I said I don't think that was the only reason. So that means, yes, I also think that's a contributing factor.
You think it's like...
I think there's multiple contributing factors.
Yeah.
And that the contributing factor of being unemployed, being at your home alone, I think that's also like a really big factor. You have the time to protest. It's no longer a huge impact on your job. It's not a huge impact on what you're doing day to day. You don't have to go to class. You're on Zoom. The people who are like very likely to protest, young activists, they don't have class.
It's a little tricky though, because a lot of people were also still frontline workers.
That's true, but they're a small number compared to the vast workforce.
I know a lot of those frontline workers were food people, though. Was it a minority? It seemed like it was a pretty.
There was
large
also a lot of
group.
people who lost their jobs in the food service.
That's
A lot of restaurants failed.
No, a lot of places shrank.
They
too.
changed their hours, and now instead of having indoor, you only have drive-through.
It's the shrinkage. It's the shrinkage. A lot of places never returned to their pre-pandemic employment level, even to this day.
Yeah,
a lot of them still aren't there.
I mean, they're not open late.
Yeah,
I want my 4 a.m.
I want my 2 a.m. Walmart run.
Yeah, I need it. It's not here, not anymore.
I think this was still a bad take by Bill Maher.
Yeah, it was. Well,
you defend
calling it a reckless experiment was bad. Oh, then again, I sort of wish we had like the full clip.
Yeah,
but maybe in the context of it.
Because on that point, if you look at the places that shut down earlier, they did better than us. They had less infections than us. They opened up quicker than us. They were basically better off in every single feasible way than we were. We were so down shit creek.
But it's not like they came out in the beginning of, or even then. That's June. That's halfway into 2020. That's literally what? That's like 3 months into the pandemic, at least as it was in the U.S. I don't think by that time people were already opening up.
No, but the infection rate was pretty high.
That's true.
We didn't have the vaccine yet.
That's true, but people still would have been at home.
Mm-hmm. But I think having less people being sick, I think might have contributed to a slightly less tense.
I don't disagree.
Yeah. COVID's gonna be a fucking fun time to study because you don't really have anything like it. You know, the perfect storm of contributors. Oh God. But back to the point, Bill Maher. Bill Maher was cool, but I was never a huge fan of Bill Maher. But who cares, though, right?
I was more of a Jon Stewart fan.
Jon Stewart.
Jon Oliver's pretty good too.
I've been getting into those two. Yeah. You know, university professors really like them.
Oh yeah, they do.
God damn.
They very much do, along with the Green Brothers. Yeah,
they really. Yeah,
feels like the chosen liberals.
I'm glad I'm not the only one. Oh man, any students out there, your professors really like it, man. Please shoot us a like, because you gotta feel that energy. You gotta feel that Jon Stewart energy coming off us. Maybe.
Oh no.
No, we're not that charismatic. Jon Stewart was a walking like.
We're not. And then we can finally get to the actual clip, the Bill Burr, Bill Maher.
Oh. Yeah.
Did you exit out of that page?
Did I? I'm so sorry. That was on me.
Oh no.
Don't doubt me.
Isn't the cut through that clip?
No, that clip just doesn't happen, man.
It just does. It just gets thrown to the cutting room floor.
It does. Most of that clip is
hit with a silent, untraceable attack on a.
That's been going.
I'll actually have to watch that.
Special there in 2000.
Okay.
All right, so now we're back at it with Bill Burr and Bill Maher, who are going to talk about pro-Palestinian.
I'm going to leave it in. I'm leaving it. That was a mini deep dive on Bill Maher.
That was a little mini.
But we will do a separate. I'll do a separate clip for this. I'll do a separate clip. But that was a good deep dive on Bill Maher.
2007. I have a love affair with the Boston audience. We are like this because they're just very smart. What can I tell you? I know you hate to hear that. But
no, it just sounds like it sounds like you have a gig coming up in Boston and the tickets are a little slow.
No, they're never slow in Boston. Never slow.
And Bill Burr throughout the whole interview busts his balls.
Battle of the Bills. That Bill is just great.
Well, Bill Burr's just better at like shit talking.
Bill, yeah.
Like, you can't be a pompous asshole to like a working class dick.
Bill Burr,
you're not gonna win.
Is the only straight man who might out sass a gay man.
Jesus fuck. Yeah. I don't disagree.
I'm bi. I can say whatever the fuck I want.
In Boston. But
do you perform in Cambridge?
Cambridge.
That's what Harvard
has
is.
some gay energy to it.
For a guy like you,
I know that.
That's got to be the Taj Mahal. I love that bug.
Look at the way he's holding that cigarette.
Have you heard what's going on college campuses
it's
these
a little
days?
fruity.
I don't watch the news.
You don't realize that college campuses erupted with the kids demonstrating for Hamas? They are in with the terrorists.
They were for the Palestinians.
Well, Jesus Christ. He just reminds me like an old fucking Facebook conservative
grandpa.
Have you seen what the kids are doing? They're all pro-Chinese CCP.
Do you remember some of those?
Don't you see them protesting TikTok and it being taken away? They're just pro Xi Jinping. Huh?
Do you remember that shit though? At the beginning of the protest, where they're dressing up as like the helicopter commandos and shit.
Yeah, okay. There are some, but that's part of like every protest. There's going to be people who do stupid shit. Like it's going to happen. That happened with George Floyd. It happened with a lot of protests. But like to look at that and be like, hey, look, there are some bad apples. Like that's what it is.
Look, that person who did that is 18 or 19 or 20, and I bet you when they're 24 or 25, they're going to think, man, probably shouldn't have done that.
Yeah. No, they're going to look back at it and be like, oh, there's like...
Galado's wearing a mask.
Yeah. Well, a lot of the times they do wear masks.
Well, at least they're smart.
All of in costumes.
Smart.
But the overall movement...
ain't about that.
Yeah, it's not about being pro-Hamas or being just shitting on Israelis. That's not what it's for. It's to basically show the Palestinian people have a right to not be needlessly bombed. They have a right to be shown a path out of their area in Palestine and not get blown up by literally the Israelis
having
that
their
set
own
up the
state,
path.
man. It's to have their own state.
Yeah.
Sort of the same cause. Why, are you?
I'm on the side of the kids.
Yeah, that's easy to say. You know, no one wants to see kids dead.
Yeah, so
but let me explain how I have intellectually justified this.
Just listen to Bill Maher talk about how it was justified to drone funerals and weddings in Afghanistan and to drone like fucking elementary schools. Just listen to Bill Maher just flip on his own ideology.
I think over half of the population in Gaza is under 19.
Yeah.
And the kill count's sitting at like 35 to 37K. So at the best, like 1,200 of the kids are dead. That's... Man, that's... You can't... They're kids, man. They haven't even gone... Some of those kids haven't even... Like, they're Muslim. They're not going to drink.
I mean, if we're talking about the Middle East,
some of those kids have never smoked.
He would go off about how America's in a lot of bad things.
But think about it. Some of those kids never even smoked, like, a cigarette.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They don't drink because they're, they're Muslims. But, some of them never smoked. Some of them never had a date. Some of them never done some of the most basic shit that kids like that would do. It's crazy, Mm-hmm. That's how young some of those people are. But let's hear how Bill Maher will intellect. Maybe he'll liberal pill you to why 12,000 dead kids.
Why the IDF decided to take the Associated Press's equipment
when
they went there.
Yes.
Why the Israeli Defense Force decided press does not need to see the crimes.
Open your third eye.
Like if Palestine was really that bad, shouldn't you just allow them to see it?
Open your open your third liberal eye.
Palestine is worse than Israel, then why doesn't Israel let people come in and shoot a camera?
See, this is why your third eye hasn't opened, because you doubt.
This is a war.
That was very brave of you to say that.
This is a war. No, I'm the one who's actually brave on this.
Yeah, he's brave. He took the defense
several
agencies,
tens of thousands of dead children,
military-industrial complex agrees with him.
I am the brave one. I'm standing on the rock. Yeah, you're standing
with Boeing and with all the other companies that are brave enough to do stuff like letting press not figure out your wrongdoing, like the Boeing whistleblowers. Maybe the freedom of the press should be tweaked a little bit. Maybe for the pet issues.
I'm just saying that you're not. Matter. I'm just saying that you don't understand that Bill Maher is going to liberal pill you.
Yeah,
he said he's going to be brave. You like being brave, right? As a liberal, you like being brave, right? So
as like the we're getting close to like $1 trillion defense force.
This is where you become the omni-liberal.
Don't even control their own water.
This is where you become the omni-liberal.
The omni-liberal.
Self on the back.
It's easy to say I'm for the kids. Who's not for the kids?
Well,
it comes down to real hard.
I hate them. I want to nuke the kids. Erase them.
I don't know. How are the kids supposed to like drink water when you turn off the tap?
Well, you don't have.
That's literally the difference in power here.
Well, what kids? I nuked them. Gone.
How could these protesters be for such a horrific?
How can these protesters be for some kids that are not even there?
It's like, should I just believe he was pro the counter protesters that came with bats and knives to peaceful protesters? Like, do we just start throwing glue everywhere and just keep shitting? It's dumb. It hurts.
You just haven't opened your third omni-liberal eye.
I haven't opened up my liberal
decisions.
brainwaves.
A country
stop talking like you're a general.
A country got attacked.
Yeah.
Israel got it.
Oh no.
The fighting transmission. It's like it's the kill switch to go kill.
Yeah.
I don't know who.
Why not go throw some money into fucking APAC? I don't know.
To go throw money
Give them,
into
like, check,
APAC and
just
kill your nearest union organizer.
It's called wage enslavement or wage garnish, but instead of it going to the government, well, I guess it goes to the government of Israel, and like they'll just be like, yeah, here's your Biden
No, actually, no. It's just the on switch to send Biden some ice cream.
Wow.
Turns out you were one of the menial agents.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if I'd be offended by that or relieved.
I mean, I guess if they gave me some nice ice cream.
At least you don't wake up with like nightmares and blood on your hands.
That's nice.
Attack.
I'm not saying that they didn't have a right to go back. I'm just sitting there going like, how do I look at
We're the only country in the world that they get attacked, and then as soon as they counterattack, it's like, well, we got to stop this shit now. Don't attack them. There's a very simple solution to all this problem in the Middle East. Stop attacking Israel.
Hey, you
Stop
just solved
attacking
it.
Israel.
It's simple. When Israel's coming in and taking your land and turning you around, just open your underwear. Just let them fuck you.
So Israel has occupied several contentious areas along the border, occupying land that is arguably illegal.
Yeah.
I've read into it how a lot of those settlements are illegal under some versions of the law, unfortunately, because the U.S. can just say "nuh-uh."
Oh yeah, that happens a lot in World Congress, the UN.
Well,
just basically the U.S. will come into bat first and be like, well, you know what?
Nuh-uh.
The U.S. says otherwise.
This is illegal. You shouldn't be taking
really
their
shows
land.
the power of the UN. But yeah, no, and
basically this is how it goes. You're doing something illegal, Israel. You can't take their land. U.S. comes in and says "nuh-uh," but it's illegal, and then the U.S. shows a big gun, just like throws it on the table, and they say, "All right, never mind."
Yeah,
and that's the cycle of the UN forever.
Yep.
So,
and look, it's nice to say stop hitting yourself while you punch them in the face, you know, as you steal their water.
I think you just haven't opened your third eye.
Look,
I did. I actually did.
There you go. That's fantastic.
Anyway.
All right.
We don't need to get onto that.
Let's go to Russia and the Ukraine. How do you solve that one, Bill? Let me hear your hard-nosed decision about that.
Stop supporting Ukraine, make them surrender all their land, and disarm and get out of NATO. And
well, you see, if you protest the war in Ukraine, now you're a Russian puppet. Now you're pro-Putin. If you even think of, like, I'm pretty sure a lot of liberals, or at least a lot of people, they do not like the war in Ukraine.
They don't, but there's no peace solution right now that'd be good for Ukraine.
Then I wouldn't just call you a puppet of Putin.
Or no, they'd call me a puppet of the defense contractors.
Someone's pulling your strings.
Because I'm pro sending Ukraine all the missiles at once.
Legal. All the shit that's been canceled.
Legal.
Why is that still fucking legal?
Would you like a real answer to that? Because for something to be illegal, you have to have the capacity to enforce it. And you can't enforce against war, or else you have to go to war with the country that's going to war. And we don't want to go to war with them.
Just so I can cut this out later.
Oh.
Energy drink. I'm not going to say which one, because we're not sponsored by them.
Over Ukraine. What would be the sense of making it illegal? Oh, that's really going to stop Putin. No. To stop people from going to war, you have to also put boots.
Can't sit down and talk it out. Why can't Putin do a podcast with the head guy?
Jesus Christ.
The Genesis.
No, I'm gonna just make my point while this fucking thing goes. War needs to be made upon Russia because war needs to be made upon fascists. And I know it's easy to say, "Oh, I'm not there," yada yada. But I'll argue this: a lot more lives could have been saved, and a lot less could have been cut short if we balled the fuck up and sent them aid sooner. So. And also I'll counter with this, by the way. If it's brave of me to say, like, to send other people off to die, it's pretty brave of you to give up someone else's home and give up someone else's land and culture and identity.
Yeah.
It's nice, very easy of you to do, it seems, to give someone else's shit away.
At least on a podcast. Why can't they solve what they're doing on a podcast?
This is why this is not.
I think Paul Z. Okay, look, I don't know if anybody even watches or cares, but we watch a podcast named Onion Nuggets. What the fuck are they calling themselves?
Onion Nuggets DFF.
Onion Nuggets, deep fat fried drunken peasants. I mean, we like them. We like them growing up, but I think Paul got really high in one of his debates and said, I think it was with Wash, and said, well, now we can't trust anything Wash says because Wash is evil. But But obviously, this is exactly what Paul's solution was. Podcast, man. Just have him take or LSD.
Have him take shrooms, LSD, put him in a room,
Make
put a
him
little bit of a fucking Java music, you know.
Some music, maybe even a mic in there.
Yeah.
You know.
So some nice food, you know, some chicken nuggets.
I'm sorry, your analysis isn't needed. Get out of here.
Yeah, okay.
LSD.
I'll go and take my chicken nuggets elsewhere.
No, you just need to take some LSD. Open your fourth eye, your omni.
The omniliberal eye?
No. Your God, what's over the omni?
Uni? I don't know. Omni.
Super omni eye.
My elder eye?
With your elder, your elder
eye.
Damn, nice, look at you. Yeah.
His elder eye.
Your elder eye, the true eye. The eye that only comes when you hit 45.
Yeah.
And
and you're Paul, because Paul knows more than other 45-year-olds who disagree with him.
Once you're 45 and your eye opens, you now know all things about all things. Cannot be questioned, and you go to a mountaintop to sit in isolation.
It's like Bill Maher when he says all these kids pro-Hamas, you know? It's the same
obviously
geriatric
the kids,
fallacy.
Really, when you say kids, I hear terrorists, future terrorists.
Oh, okay. What is it called? Tits?
Now that is definitely a clip. But I'm just saying, like, bad. Whatever.
Boy.
I swear to God, if the one clip of me going viral is me being evil, I'm gonna be kind of pissed. Fuck. Like.
Well, I mean, you never know what the internet might do.
Yeah. Shit, we should do it.
Oh God, just make evil podcasts?
No, just post it up.
Oh, I say we just do the evil podcast. It's so much easier to be evil.
The fuck? No. It's just sometimes I feel like we have weird swings in the darkness, and then it's just like, get out of there. It's okay. It's like the dark thoughts.
Oh, you want me to pull you out of the dark?
You did what the?
Sorry,
fuck?
no.
Me?
I can't afford a rope. I'm a Palestinian.
You already have.
They literally took all humanitarian aid and ripped it from my hands.
Nah, you just hung yourself with it. That's all.
It's because somehow my dictator decided my life for me. Yeah.
No, don't make this about Palestinians.
Okay.
It's because you pissed off the Italian mafia again by calling their head guy a spaghetti head.
Fucking Meatball Mikey.
Meatball Mike.
And then my shoes are gone, and
now you can't go back to Italy.
Caps are fucking bent backwards. Yeah. And everything's just turned to goop.
Now the insurance claim is invalid because they can't tell what was the mafia and what was what was not the mafia. For your police crimes, for the police's assault against you for throwing a beer bottle at them and for them using too much force.
They were pro-Israel. I had to do it. I'm just kidding, by the way. There's a lot of jokes and non-serious content here.
Yeah, I'm just vibing.
Please.
It's all real.
In Minecraft.
Well, no, it's in Roblox, you idiot.
Oh, in Roblox.
See, he's a fan.
In Terraria.
It was all real. See, he's trying to cover it up. You didn't know.
It's not your thing. It's what you.
It is my thing.
It isn't your thing.
This is not
it
your
isn't.
thing.
You're like that guy that has a fantasy football team and thinks he's a fucking GM.
No.
That's exactly what it is. Like, why am I fucking listening to you like you've done something? What have you done in Washington? Nothing.
No, I would never go to Washington.
It's beneath you.
It's no. It would.
God damn.
Would you
Bill were so good at just fucking destroying people at their heart.
Would you ever go to Washington if you were invited to speak?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd love to. That'd be.
Why not? Why can't they just shit on their bike? Probably now I'll never get invited.
Why would they? They would. They've invited more colorful characters to speak at the White House, man.
They have, but you have to be their flavor of crazy.
No, you just got to be the flavor of one senator. It's crazy. That's it. You gotta have an in.
But how many senators are my flavor of crazy?
So Hassan managed to riz up AOC.
Yeah, but Hassan's
made me sad. I need to get bigger muscles.
No.
I need to be able to riz up senators. Or Congress people. I only know one Congress lady, kind of.
Such a weird tangent. AOC, like the muscles aren't big enough. She'll never take me in.
I'm sorry. Bill Maher is such an asshole. I keep drifting away.
It's alright.
Coolest fucking guy in Washington. You showed up.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
It's okay. It's alright. It's okay.
You good?
Yes. I'm good. I'm chilling. Chilling. Just
What
think about how AOC will not look at us the same way. Yeah. That's the forefront of my mind.
I'm sorry, AOC. Don't listen to me. I'm dumb.
Yeah.
This is me on my off hours, alright? I'm better on my business hours.
Yeah. Because you want to see her when you mean business, huh?
No, that's your fucking yeah, my that's your fucking
yeah, you can't.
I didn't do that.
Can't. Only in your prime.
Okay.
My soul's drained. Just thinking about AOC's disapproval. Why couldn't I live up to liberal mommy? Yeah, huh? Why couldn't I?
She's gonna make me here. Go do a court hearing. Oh no.
Yeah. Oh no.
She can make me here all day. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
I'm just here. Oh god. That was too good. Okay, what the fuck is he talking
Boots?
about?
It would be so
And
easy.
no tie, they'd be like, oh my God.
It'd be so easy to
Did
be
Kevin Bacon just come back to that Footloose town?
Kevin Bacon.
You could teach him
You
how to
can
dance,
tell Bill Maher's laughing because it's the classy thing to do.
Yeah, I
You
absolutely
can tell he's
could.
laughing.
And you fucking get off your little private jet. I have a TV show.
Oh, and you go and you travel Southwest, is that right, Bill?
I love Southwest.
You can't.
He gets destroyed. I mean, at this point, they go away from it, but no,
Well, because Bill Burr knows when to and then back away. You know, you don't just slam because you slam the whole time. It gets kind of dull.
Yeah.
Really?
I love the order.
Is that how you travel?
I love Southwest.
Do you travel commercial?
Most of the time, yeah.
You do?
Yeah.
Commercial.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Bigger plane, better pilots. You don't get knocked around as much. You ride in a fucking Cadillac. The only thing that sucks about commercial is boarding. That's it. Once you're there and you got your fucking shit up there, you're flying first class, which all first class is, if you've never flown it, is they treat you like a human being. As opposed to the animals in the back. They just throw you back there. That was my whole career. Working my way up to being treated like... I remember the DC-9 when you'd sit there and your window didn't open because there was an engine there? You don't remember that?
I can't.
How about that last row in the
Laura's
DC-9?
like, oh, that's too far down the class meter. You know? It's like...
Yeah, I'm gonna say, like, I mean, like, I don't know. It's like flying is flying. Like, I don't know. I just love the surprise on Bill Maher's face when he's like, "You fly with those poor people?
Yeah.
Why would you do that?"
Look, Bill Maher is a very down-to-earth man, and he knows his ways.
Yeah. Bill Maher, Bill Burr,
Bill Maher.
Oh yeah, Bill.
Yeah, he has all these down-to-earth viewpoints.
That man's
very much working man's.
That man's fit is probably several years worth of my salary.
Yeah. His belt probably worth more than your entire fucking drip. Yeah. Worth more than everything.
How likely do you think his shoes are worth more than our car?
No.
No?
No.
You'd be surprised. Those types of really nice shoes.
My 06 Camry? No. No shot. I love my...
Not my baby.
Not my baby. It's worth more than everything in the world.
More than some fucking shoes.
Start crying in the corner.
Yeah.
My shoes don't live up to expectation.
What the fuck was that expectation? Being worth more than some rich man's ass shoe? Dude. It's probably worth that much because it was his shoes. Fuck them. Fuck wherever they came from.
Okay.
Window doesn't open. There's an engine right there, and then right across from you is the bathroom, and you got to listen to another.
Look, I don't like watching bullying. Okay.
Yeah. We go to the next thing.
I'm sorry.
Where a person gets bullied out of their job because they're pro-Palestine.
Take a fucking shit. behind one of those things starlets used to get
Fine, let's
undressed.
finish this up.
I'm still stuck on you defending
Stuck on you.
Still stuck on you defending.
Yeah, no, it's just him. It's just like.
And it's funny because like in the one they did before this, like we talked about it a while ago. Bill Burr had one on Bill Maher's before. They talked about some things. That's about a fall, I think. And then it just sort of felt like Bill Burr was shitting on him, but it didn't feel like as much as it was here. But then when Bill Burr was talked about or mentioned it to him later on other interviews, he just said that like, oh, we're just ball busting.
The line
of ball busting and fucking ball kicking.
To be
just
fair,
smacking them, making them explode.
No. When you say some asinine shit like, "Oh, I know everybody wants to be on the side of dead kids, but I'm gonna be brave," and
say bomb the kids,
like you're an asshole.
That's your stance.
You did that to yourself.
Yeah, you opened yourself up.
Don't blame Bill Burr for like making the most obvious ass response to what's obviously a very asinine thing to say. Like, come on. You lobbed it down the plate for him.
He's too pompous.
Yeah, I mean, goddamn. And then not only that, but it's even better. Right afterwards, you go on to say, "You fly commercial with other people?" Like, goddamn, Bill Burr. Like, I mean, goddamn, Bill Maher. Just one after another, man. Just swing and a miss. Relating to the everyman over here. Look, we're just mad because we don't got that dinero, okay? Like this guy who won't have any dinero because he got fired for supporting Palestine.
Sonoma State President retires day after placed... Sonoma State President retires day after placed on leave over agreements with pro-Palestinian group. So if you agree
he's one of
with the pro-Palestinian group, you might just get fired. Isn't that great? You know,
he's one of the few people who... He's one of the few... there was him and another school. It's escaping me immediately, but I think it was San Francisco State is the other one. One of the other ones.
SFU?
SFU and but basically Sonoma State promised to actually look into divestment strategies, and when he did, he was put on leave by the current CSU chancellor.
Don't fuck with the money.
Yeah, Mildred Garcia. Marcia? I think it's Garcia. I forget her name right off the bat. I know her last name is Garcia. And now he's leaving. Did you think he left by choice? No, he's leaving because he has to leave. President Me-Tung Mike Lee has informed me of his decision to retire from his role. A statement from CSU Chancellor Mildred Garcia said in a statement, "You gangster-ass bitch. I don't care if I get in trouble for saying that. The fact it came from your fucking thing and not from the school," because most schools, I know maybe this is standard, but most schools have like a press thing. So unless this is standard, my bad. But if this is just like, that's cold. You fired his ass and then you announced it, you cold fucking bitch. God
He's going
damn.
on vacation.
Well, he's done here. We ain't having none of that pro-Palestine.
You can't fuck with the money. You can't tell people to stop funding it.
Jeez,
that's too far.
Dude.
You can protest and have solidarity, but if you're going to offer to change the money, to change where it gets put, no, you can't.
I'm just saying, the fact that it came from Garcia, from her, not from the press page of the school of Sonoma, is some cold ass shit. That's a message. At least, like, because you know how some of the schools we went to announce stuff. They announce this type of stuff usually on their own website, usually on their own press outlets, not through. That's cold through the. God, dude. So you can't even agree. You can't even disagree because the powers that be, and this isn't California, this is the CSU, the most liberal system. The CSU is not a liberal system. It is not like a left-leaning, it's liberal-leaning. It is not a leftist system.
This is a CSU?
Yeah, this is the CSU. Mildred Garcia is the chancellor, CSU Sonoma.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, this is the CSU system. So if you guys think California is super progressive, this is the heart of California progressivism.
The law calls BDS.
Yeah, we have a few laws in the state. They're not strong here, but you don't need them to be strong when you got management like this.
Yeah.
So
when it's so coded into the culture,
when it's enforced,
yeah,
the shit's enforced. So that's
you can't make a
crazy.
big stink.
Can't.
Nope.
Don't want to rock the boat. What's next? Pope says conservatism is. Oh.
Yeah, that's a type of attitude.
So impressed with the suspension.
Thank you, electric scooter man.
I'm sorry, I ruined our advertising. It's an efficient way to get around.
It is a way. So this is the Pope on 60 Minutes. He talked about a lot of stuff. And as always, the woke Pope has surprised us when he talked against conservative values, against conservatism as a whole. Now, wait, I'll say this, though. There is a chance 60 Minutes might flag this.
And there's not the most watched part.
There are conservative.
Sorry, then we're going to have to speed it up for our own safety.
Yeah, just speed it up like 1.25 or something.
In the United States that oppose your new efforts to revisit teachings and traditions. How do you address their criticism?
You used an adjective, conservative. That is, conservative is one who clings to something and does not want to see beyond that. It is a suicidal attitude. Because one thing is to take tradition into account, to consider situations from the past.
So he's like the classic, New Age religion. You take some stuff from the old, but you adapt to the present, to the future. You can't just be an Old Testament fuck. You can't just keep on with the old ways. But in many ways he still does. There was another question he asked if basically someone can do his job, and he said no. So in many ways he's still pretty conservative. But I guess he would hide behind it and say, oh, it's in the tradition.
I mean, I guess you would argue that you can't really argue with God, right?
Yeah, he's supposed to be the voice of God.
He was picked. God wouldn't pick a woman.
As someone who grew with Catholic parents, it's sort of weird looking at the Pope and seeing how woke he is. I'll say this, it certainly helps with it. It helps get people to not see you as crazy, but then you're also going to be disillusioned by a lot of the people who are under you. I mean, a lot of people who follow Catholicism follow those old-style teachings.
And participate as a clergy member in the church.
No.
For a little girl.
Okay, what the fuck is this?
Yeah,
good morning, everyone. But an extra good morning to the Catholics.
They Candace Owens is on like a Catholic arc, where she's becoming a Catholic, or she is now Catholic, a born-again Catholic.
Nice.
Yeah. Or I guess born now Catholic.
Well, let's hear what he has to say.
Yeah.
Girl growing up Catholic today, will she ever have the opportunity to be a deacon and participate as a clergy member in the church?
I'm going to just say it's really that's the most liberal question I've ever heard. All right, let's hear his answer.
No.
This is a boys' club, all right?
Look,
don't fuck with the boys.
If you don't got a wiener, you can't see the church's readers. I don't know. I was going to go somewhere with that, but then I ran out of gas. Listen. Listen.
My God. In so many ways, he's woke. And a lot of people say, oh, he went woke. He's too woke. He's too left. And it's like, he still carries a lot of that old pizzazz. He has some of that old spice.
That old spunk, that old hatred.
Yeah.
Renewable energy passes 30% of the world. Ooh,
good. So when people talk about, the electricity is fueled by gas. Well, we're getting closer. We're getting closer to it not being gas.
30%.
That makes it. Still, the majority is fossil fuels that powers electricity.
We could probably get a lot further with fusion and fission.
And it's only getting better. It's only getting faster.
Really, the big thing holding back renewables is really just simply the batteries. Yeah. You just need more. The other thing is recycling. Apparently, we are not doing a good job at recycling lithium. We need. I do not. We have to.
I don't see how you do it without having more recycle centers that take lithium, because I don't think regular recycle centers can take lithium.
Most
no.
Yeah, you need to though, because you need to make the economy circular. Because most of these places are put it to you like this: these places have to never have rights if you want to keep the lithium economy going.
What do you mean?
So, like, you know how we, like, mine a lot of this stuff from places with conflict? Those places have to stay in conflict forever.
Yeah.
Which is unlikely and also immoral. So, it'd be nice if those places had rights and prosperity and could
there were
sell their
lithium deposits that opened up in the U.S. that people found. But
yeah, I mean, and it'll be expensive. It's going to push those car
but the rate in
up.
which we're going to use it is too much.
We need to recycle. It has to be recycling. We're going to use it all out. And especially if we want to, you know, it sucks too, because if we want to build, I think we should actually build the energy grid to be solar and green more. That's better. Also because it's in a controlled system, it can be recycled better.
Mm-hmm.
But we're also trying to sell EV cars and the micromobility. I mean, micromobility is probably not a big deal, but those cars, though, are really eating into the supply.
Look, as a petty person who hears people say, oh, but electricity is fueled by gas.
That's true, too.
That's true, but we're getting closer.
Look, it also depends where you live, too.
Or majority.
It depends on where you live. If you live in California, if you live in somewhere with lots of solar, then
the chances are it's not.
Most of your energy,
a bigger part of it is.
The majority of your energy is going to be clean, which is fine. Versus if you live somewhere else. So it makes, they're not wrong, but it's...
I just want to get that.
In fact, there's a number
point out of the way.
I'll even add to the talking point. You need to drive most EV cars. You need to drive them for 30,000 miles before they're cleaner than a gas car.
30,000 miles.
30,000 miles. Once you drive them 30,000 miles, I think they're.
And it beats production.
And yeah.
Oh, okay. That's not too. I mean, most cars get past 30,000.
That's 3 years of ownership.
Yeah, 2 years on the regular high end.
3 if you're kind of low.
Yeah, we get miles every year.
Mm-hmm. Well, not too bad. Yeah, I mean, here, we can look it up too. How many miles to drive EV car be cleaner? I am asking that in the worst way possible. Yeah. Non-typical.
Non-luxury.
I mean, sorry, most typical non-luxury, my bad. Yeah. It's about 30 to 60.
Tax credits should incentivize long-term use. Yeah, I agree.
Okay.
I agree. If I buy a used Tesla, I should get paid.
I'm sorry to do this, to keep bringing this up, but I really hate the fact that California doesn't offer incentives for e-scooters and e-electric vehicles. They do offer them for e-bikes, but for nothing else.
What are the incentives?
Like you get a rebate. Yeah, you get a rebate.
Yeah.
But you don't get anything else like for scooters or skateboards or anything. Like, I guess I can understand why maybe something like a one-wheel wouldn't, because who the fuck is driving that around? But people do drive them around. No, I don't think it should be up to the state to choose. I think it should just be like, if you buy an electric mobility device, maybe it could be over a certain range, over X amount of miles or whatever, qualify for a rebate. Sorry, I'm just trying to advocate for my own rights here as a future high-end scooter owner.
But then some people might say, should it be American-made?
We don't have any. They all suck.
Maybe that's one of the reasons why it's not approved.
Yeah, we literally. I don't think there are any major American EV manufacturers for scooters. I mean, Segway.
Even for bikes.
Oh wait. Actually, Segway.
Segway might.
Is Segway?
Segway's fucking expensive.
An American company. Oh,
Chinese-owned, formerly American.
Damn.
Formerly American manufacturer. What the fuck? Okay.
Bad. Never mind. Anyways, America's... Oh yeah, and China's also beating us in renewables in every single possible feasible metric. Their cars are better, their micromobility is better, their batteries are being used in everything, including American cars. That's right. Chinese battery manufacturers build most of the batteries for most of the car manufacturers. I think Tesla might manufacture their own.
Time to put my head under the dirt and act like an ostrich.
I hate life. It's okay. Just be happy and then be sad at the same time. What the fuck?
So...
What the hell is this?
It's a Republican's wet dream.
Is it?
Child labor.
Oh.
Yeah. So, a lot of conservatives, like Sarah Huckabee Sanders, was the governor of Arkansas.
The greatest governor of all time.
Loosening laws on child labor. And look, let's just get a reminder why child labor is bad. It was a poultry company responsible for teens 2023
You see
death.
that? You see that kid?
Basically,
that kid
they're
right
having
there?
people under the age of 18.
Do you see that kid? That kid right there is
chickens.
working. Does she look sad to you? Do you think she's being exploited?
That's an advertisement.
Well, do you think she's being... Well, she's working. She's acting. Do you think
she's acting. Oh, sorry, yeah.
Do you think she's being exploited? Probably yes.
Well, I mean, the parents get the money, I'm pretty sure.
Probably yes. Really badly.
Like,
but look, like, she's not being exploited. She's getting experience. She's learning the value of $1, and she's learning to be humble.
I don't know what the experience is for chopping off the heads of chickens and deboning them and hanging around with the carcasses of animals, which is what's happening in the article.
It gives them a spine and toughens them up for the
When it
real
raises
world.
them up for fucking Blackwater when they go in and do it to other nations that are poorer than us.
And when that teenage girl has her parents steal her money, she realizes that, like, the government will there'll always be a force in her life that takes her money. Whether that be the government or her parents, and that's why she shouldn't dress like a hussy, because then she'll get a pimp, and then he'll take her money too.
She just got a job at the poultry killing floor.
Exactly.
Yep.
Stayed off the streets.
Stayed off the streets. Oh, God. Dude, I hate
the mental descent.
This descent into madness as we look at how the fucking market is correcting itself.
American companies are turning to children to address our nation's labor shortage is a national disgrace.
You may remember looking at the...
There's no labor shortage. The reason why people haven't been hired back is because companies don't want to pay.
Well, that's the one way Republicans are trying to get over the labor shortage, quote unquote. Is through basically re-employing children. They're like, hey, since companies don't want to pay workers a good wage, a living wage, what if they just employ their children?
Because children don't know what a good wage
support
is.
Their families.
Yeah, but
you know what's
children
fucked
don't know
up?
what a good
Is that it's
wage
such
is.
a class, it's a traditional thing, right?
Yeah.
Person lives in a poor family,
Mhm.
and so they have to work to provide for their...
We both had
household.
jobs as kids, and they did not add jack shit to our lives.
It's a class thing that also comes up with, like, I remember being like a senior in high school and looking at statistics. We also looked over at class that a lot of people who dropped out of like late high school and also into college, university, were to help with family. That was like a huge chunk.
Yeah. Okay, but you're a 24-year-old man now.
Mhm.
You've been out of high school for a long time now.
Mhm.
Do you think having a job during high school did anything for you? Fuck no, it didn't for me. It didn't factor into jack shit.
I mean, like, it was nice to have money.
Yeah, but
it was nice to like be
beyond
able
the
to
money.
be like my own person.
Yeah, but that was because your family was too broke to give you money.
Well, yeah.
Which, no, that's not their fault. Economy.
And you have to give them some money.
And you gotta help them out.
You have to pay your penance.
Yeah. But, like, kids shouldn't... I don't know. I'm of the weird... Okay, maybe I agree with the liberals on this one. Kids, I don't think need to...
I mean, I think you can have certain jobs. Like, you can work at, like, a fast food chain at 16. You maybe even at 14.
Mhm.
But whether or not you should be able to work so many hours...
I
Like,
don't think you should work during school.
Like,
I
school
disagree.
days?
No.
So you can only work...
School year, summers. Just work summers and winters.
No, I think you can work during the school year.
No.
I think you can. You can only just do a couple hours.
No. I know you legally can, but I'm saying, like...
No. I think even morally, I think you could.
You think so?
I think you can do it without it heavily affecting your work.
It affected our work.
How many hours did you have to work, though?
Not as many as you.
I would say, like, I worked, like, 30 to 35 during the school year, which I don't think was legal. But, you know, as a 16-year-old...
Well, that's
15,
why I don't think... I mean, like, if you...
You don't really know.
Work in a school, maybe, but, like, not... I don't think you should, because that's...
I think you work at an ice cream parlor on the weekends. The only shitty thing is that you're mainly doing it out of necessity, not out of, like, personal growth.
I mean,
You know?
I guess the reason I'm not really for it is I prefer those kids just stay in school and get extra
It's true, but the fact that it is such a big factor, that it is a reason why people leave school and leave college, shows that these families without that income would heavily suffer or just break down.
That's not the solution, though. I understand what you're saying is that they need to do it, and I don't disagree, but that's not the solution we should go with.
It's not, but if they didn't have the extra money coming from that, they might not even be in school for the fact that they became homeless.
No, I
and they had
100%
to do
agree
other
with
things.
you, but that's kind of where it's like, well, we failed, right?
Well, I mean,
The system has failed.
the fact that that is an issue means it failed. Yeah.
Yeah, well, it's because, like, when you have these kids be. Maybe this is a bad opinion to state on air, but I'm of the opinion that at the very minimum, to be a functioning person, you should at least have a high school diploma. I know you don't need it. I know a lot of the world doesn't have it. But I'm saying to be in like a high-functioning democracy with this level of complexity and options, you should. You should at least have a high school diploma.
Hmm.
You need to be literate. You need to be able to read. And a lot of kids, like, especially right now, can't read. And it's like I understand that, and I understand why kids need to go to school. I'm not against them needing to do it, but if that continues to go on, we fall behind.
Well, a big part of it is also because of the pandemic.
Mm-hmm. The economy just being jacked like shit for the last, well, ever really. But like, being bad. But let's hear about child labor.
Photos in your history textbook of young kids working in factories during the Great Depression.
You want that, huh? Return to tradition?
That could never happen
today.
This
is bad.
It is.
Well, unfortunately, that may not be the case. Minors employed in violation of the federal law are up 69% since 2018, according to the Department of Labor.
I am a little mixed on volunteering kids, though, too, to be honest. Like, while I am also, like, I don't think kids should work during their school years, I do think, like, volunteering is a bit tricky.
I feel like there should be, like, special... I mean, if you want to volunteer at a place, I think you should be able to, but...
Yeah, it's trickier, right? But then it's like, well, that... I mean, talk about exploitive, right?
Like... But then what? Community service needs to be paid?
That's also true.
It's like, what happens to community service stuff? And it's like, all right, well, now you can't pour soup for the homeless because you need to be paid. Mm-hmm. And then what, you're going to charge all these people to volunteer firefighters?
Or you only work
How do you
for
get
the
around
state? That? Or you only just work for the state.
Yeah, or you just work for the state. Just go into the churn.
Really, this all just was a plan to get more state workers.
Yeah, that was the whole point.
February of this year, a federal investigation found that 102 children as young as 13 held hazardous overnight jobs cleaning slaughter.
Okay, I think I know the best way to say it. If the economy was better and we managed it better and we provided more, I don't think kids should be working in the school year. I guess that's my point.
Yeah.
In the best of situations, kids shouldn't be working at all. It should be like maybe a summer job because you ain't doing jack shit in the summer. Mm-hmm. That should be the time where you really flex your independence, but not during the school year. You stay in
I
school.
guess I was lucky to get laid off with everyone else. It was like, your store's been bought out and sold. So everyone's... I like how they didn't even tell me. I just came into work one day and they're like, yeah, like,
you don't have a job.
It was a whole new crew. They'll do everything, and they're like...
I had a little winky-dinky job. For those of you who want to know, I had a little winky-dinky job for my school's cafeteria. I worked a lot less than him, but I worked early mornings.
Yeah.
And I worked lunches.
I also worked at the school cafeteria for a little bit, but then I got the...
You got the other job.
Subway.
I wasn't able to cut it at the Subway job, I'm afraid. I just wasn't what they were looking for, so I stayed at my job and he went to Subway.
Yeah. So it was okay.
Yeah, it was okay. It was hard for me to learn, but It was, it'd be how it'd be. I ended up doing banking, phone banking later, so.
It's good.
Slaughterhouses for a food sanitation company. The company stated many hires...
But again, though, those jobs are nothing like this.
Well, yeah, of course. Yeah, that's what I'm like. It's okay to do stuff like Subway, but it's not okay to do stuff like the killing floor of poultry.
I don't agree. I think it should be something that has some educational value, at least.
Are we talking about the perfect world?
No, this could be within practicality.
Like within today?
Within the next 5 years.
No, I don't think so.
I don't think you have some educational
around
value.
The fact that like a lot of families need the money.
Well, if that's the argument, then yeah. Well,
and within the next 5 years, with Newsom or with Newsom 2.0, whoever comes next, I don't think they'd be able to do it.
You could do it with the child tax credit.
But
didn't that sunset?
It did.
Yeah.
And even with it, I mean, maybe it could, but it only works
if you secure it permanently.
Yeah, if you secure it permanently, who knows who'll do it next? I don't know if Biden will revive it. I think he said he wanted to, but he hasn't.
Well, Biden has no reason to make it temporary anymore, right? Because you could argue cynically he'd make it temporary because he needs it to get reelected.
Yeah.
But now that he doesn't have a chance at that, maybe he can make it permanent.
Could. But will he? Will the liberal actually follow?
Because I think that's achievable within the next few years. I don't think it's
achievable, but If Biden becomes president, no, it's gone. I'm sorry, if Trump becomes president.
Meanwhile, 6 states this year have introduced bills that roll back regulations on child labor. Iowa and Arkansas have passed them. The Iowa bill signed into law on May 26th increases the hours that kids 14 to 16 can work from 4 to 6 hours during school days and allows kids...
That's crazy.
Wait, what did it say?
4 to 6 hours during school days.
If I remember right, I worked 3:30 to 10.
For me,
or 3 to 10.
What was that looking like for you?
Huh?
What was that looking like for you?
Remember, I would get out of school like at 1, and then I'd get to work at 3, and then I'd get out at 10:30. If I remember right.
You know, I guess that's another reason why...
Some days it was 4 to 10. Now they say 10, but like the store closes at 10, so you get out at 10:30 because you need to clean everything and do everything.
Yeah, I don't know. This is kind of the reason why I'm kind of leaning into it not being a thing, period, because it's like, there's no way in that space and relationship the child won't be exploited.
If you did heavy... I mean, I guess even if you educated everyone and you did everything, it also comes down to necessity and desperation.
Yeah.
I guess I didn't necessarily need to do 30 for my situation, but it was certainly helpful.
No, it was helpful. I mean, look, even if you're a kid of just middling means growing up, say you have everything you need, I mean, kids want for a lot, and I think they should have the ability to work. I think it's not a bad thing to impart. I just don't like the concept of it conflicting with school. Also, I was actually of the mindset that you pay kids to go to school. That was actually something they were trying out, I think, in the Netherlands. And it worked. It brought kids in, more of them stayed. But, you know, I don't know where that went, though. That study was done a long time ago, so we need to follow up on it. But we're kind of going out of the scope of this. Why send kids to school? You know, screw this. I'm going to drink a Modelo Light that my kid bought for me with his fucking paycheck. Screw this shit.
To work in previously disadvantaged areas such as industrial laundry services and meat freezers.
It simply is providing our youth an opportunity to earn and learn at the same time frame as their classmates do, while participating in sports and other fine arts.
There's academic...
Well, chances are you're not participating in other extracurricular activities while you're working.
I drew a picture with the cow guts.
Yeah, no, this is gonna have some fucked up moral dilemmas.
Got some fucked up kids,
therapy,
man.
Spending your developmental years.
You spend all that cow killing money trying to fix all that cow with that cow killing done to your brain.
So I mean, I say this is different.
I'm gonna take the brave. I'm gonna be braver than I'm gonna be. No, and I know, but I'm gonna be brave and say none of it's good. None of it should be allowed. Obviously, we're not in the place where it is possible to do that. But if our government was at all competent, like, look, America has the money. If we were at all competent, our kids shouldn't be working. So,
yeah,
the government ain't competent for shit. So we're here. I mean, you literally just saw a guy say they're gonna learn fine arts while fucking stomping, while putting the pen gun to some cow's skull.
I remember my grades dropping because of it. I remember
my.
I mean, it's like you literally can't do. I mean, maybe if you only literally did 4 to 6 hours a week, you could, because you only lose like one day. But like for what I was doing, no, I mean every day, or like 3 days out of the week and then 2 on the weekend.
Should have bought a car with that money, by the way. It was kind of dumb you didn't.
Maybe. Yeah, but maybe it could have.
No, you definitely could have back then. 2015,
but then again,
2016 car prices.
But then again, I was not allowed to drive. I was not allowed to learn yet. So, parents were like, no, I don't want you to learn until you're 18. So I'm like, oh, well, fuck, okay. I don't get to learn until my brain's more developed, you know? What are you going to do? That wasn't in my my periphery. That wasn't in my
You want to move on
future
from this one?
For the next 2 years, 3 years.
You want to keep talking about how kids have to slaughter cows?
I don't know.
I want to talk about scooters instead, and how instead of children making cow hamburger meat for me, I want to talk about how Chinese children make electric scooters for me instead.
Oh, I mean, we can go into Target lowering prices. Sort of along the same vein.
We have, how many more articles do we got?
Yeah. 4?
Okay, 4. Got it. Target lowering prices. You need help?
No.
You good?
No.
You.
Biden's still in office, and I'm still poor. It's because of Biden. All right, it's not because of any other reasons that were laid out in front of me. So Target decided. Some other companies are doing this, but I looked at the Target press release.
Nice.
They're saying, "Hey, we're going to make customers save huge this year.
Oh.
We're going to be lowering prices on thousands of items because they care about the consumer." But, if you've taken an economics class, you could probably tell this is not the reason why. It is because of them trying to get back fucking buyers. I can only imagine. You go into Target, you see shit got up 20, 30, 40%. And you're like, why not just go to Walmart? They raise their stuff up too. But you know what? Walmart's fucking cheap. Go to Walmart.
I mean, you're still competing. Look, Target has to compete with like 9 different types of store.
I remember working at Walmart, and I told a coworker that I went to Target to buy something, and he was like, "Damn, you got Target money?"
Yeah,
and I was like,
dude. Even as a kid,
I don't
always
live
saw
next
Target.
to a Walmart. Like, if I lived next to a Walmart, I would go to Walmart.
Dude, even as a kid, I saw Target as a little bougie.
I mean, now I go to Walmart because it's on the way to things now. But like back then, I would literally have to drive to the other end. Like, it would cost too much for me to warrant going to Walmart.
Nah. See, for me, Target was the place you go if it was like your birthday and you wanted to get something cool.
Oh yeah, and you want to party at the Target deli, and you get a free hot dog, and you get a.
You didn't have. See, that's not how you know child. I'm talking about if you wanted to get like a toy or something cool. You would go to Target because Target would have all the cool shit. You wouldn't go to Walmart. Walmart would have it sometimes, but Target would have more of it though. And it'd have nicer shit there.
Nice stuff.
Yeah, Walmart had some stuff, but it'd be like. Walmart would have like the basic little lightsaber, the one with the telescoping little thing. But Target would have like the FX Blade fucking lightsaber, the one I wouldn't get because it's $150 and
but now they're all $1 billion because inflation happened. Some of it's because of Biden, some because of COVID, some of it because of greed, and now they're.
Are you on the record? Are you on the record, Darth Saul, that Biden raised the prices of lightsabers?
Yes. Biden did it. Bidenomics said that the blue lightsaber is expensive, and then the purple lightsaber would be slightly less expensive.
Look, I like to take lightsabers and fix them up, and then resell them, and now I can't do that because Biden's made it too expensive. I'm sorry.
So Target.
Tell me about why do you hate Target?
I just hate
Target did a good thing.
Like all the advertisers, all the TikToks, I'm like, like Target's lowering their items to help
Target
customers,
is a man of the people.
help consumers. I'm like,
Target's a man of the people.
Nobody's buying. Everything became too expensive. If I charged you $500 for my apples, and then you're like, no, sir, and I'm like, hold up, I'm going to save you some money. Insurance. Because you die. You'll take out a loan. You're not going to take out a loan to buy your fucking asparagus water.
Not everybody charges you too much.
Especially when there's cheaper places. Like, go to your local grocery mart that might be cheaper. That's probably ran by a different culture than yours. It's just... You gotta take the L if you're a white American. I don't know, Target is not doing as well.
He's saying go shop with the Mexicans.
I don't know if I should name the store chain because it'll sort of give me...
No, just pick any... it could be... the ones you're going to mention were also, like, larger chains. But they're also small.
It could be regional.
Well, no, fuck regional. Just think any deli mart where you live, like, has, like, a butcher in the back.
You go to Walmart. Because Walmart's still pretty fucking cheap compared to Target.
Yeah, but them stores have pretty good butcher cuts.
What do you
mean? For, like, meat.
Oh, yeah. Well, you have budget cuts?
No, like those deli meats have pretty good cuts.
Oh, yeah. And there might be chances they're cheaper. Walmart's actually not that great when it comes to meat, at least where I live in the area. It's like 4 different Walmarts, and all of them have bad, different
How do you feel about Costco?
Slightly different, but still bad prices. I mean, Costco sometimes has good deals.
That chicken's good, but that chicken has a lot of like fatty
when it comes to raw meat, they're not particularly great. Like, you might be able to find, but that's not raw.
Oh yeah. My bad.
Like if you want to buy their like cooked chicken,
their
cooked ham that's
amazing.
like wrapped,
yeah,
then it's good. But if you want to buy like frozen meat, you know, like raw beef, raw chicken, it's not that exceptional.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, if you're buying stuff like maybe like bulk onions or bulk potatoes, you can get good deals.
What was the best price you ever got on chicken breast? The best I've ever got, I'm not joking with you, was $1 a pound.
Yeah, the Vons that I went to for one, it was
one day. We bought 20 pounds with the
There was a
breast.
couple weeks where it came out for like 97 cents a pound, but then they never did it again. And now the cheapest will go down to now is like $1.97.
Oh, it hurts. Man.
And then if you go, well, that's for chicken breast. If you want to get different things like chicken thighs or chicken quarters, I don't know what.
But breast is the best though, because when you're a weightlifter, gym bro, you know.
Well, yeah, I mean, you don't get nearly as many calories. It doesn't taste as good because it's chicken breast, but
I love it. Actually, we've managed to spice it up in a way.
Well, yeah, you can make it.
Do you not? Do you eat it like a white man, a white depressed
No, I am
goer?
just knowledge enough to know that chicken thighs are juicier and nicer cuts than chicken breasts.
Fair, no, they are. They're a little fattier, but they are.
Well, that's partly the reason.
Do you cook?
It's like if you have a nice marbled beef versus one that has no beef at all.
Do
Some
you
people
not
prefer a very lean cut of steak,
spice your,
which is okay. It's
chicken?
still nice.
Do you not spice your chicken?
Of course, I spice my chicken. I spice my chicken before you. You never spice your chicken until like fucking.
Don't you expose me
I
on
remember
blind.
you coming over and you got spiced beef patties for a burger, and you're fucking astounded. You're just like crying at my feet because I had that Costco Montreal.
It wasn't your spice.
It wasn't mine. It was my family.
I got it from a black man. Thank you very much.
And my house.
No, the Creole.
No, I'm talking about when we were younger. There was like a long time ago.
Oh, I don't remember that. Well, say I stole my spices from a different ethnic group.
I remember you really liking the Montreal Costco spice on the burgers.
Pretty good.
Yeah, I'm just saying that I showed you,
and
then you got shown Creole spice, which is also really good.
Yeah, it's fucking great.
Arguably better.
It's better.
Yeah, because it's like ethnic and
spicy.
Throwing a little bit of spice into the mix.
Yeah, I'm gonna say spice carries that.
Yeah.
But also, I mean, hot tip it. I mean, okay, fine, you can take credit for that. But I figured out how to make that fake meat more palatable with the spices. It took some experimenting, but I figured it out. You gotta spice it up. You gotta hide the fact that it's partially fake.
I'm just waiting till lab grown meat.
I mean, that's the Impossible Burgers and stuff. Remember when we spiced
lab grown?
The Impossible Burger?
That's lab grown.
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
That was made in the lab, the Impossible Burger.
Let me see.
I thought it was just grass. Just bundles of wheat and hay in a patty form. Yeah, from plants. Put that on the screen, Daniel.
Oh, okay. No, it is actually plant.
Yeah.
So it's just soy meat.
Yeah, no, it's just soy. Yeah, we don't have that yet. We don't have lab-grown meat.
No, they have lab-grown. It's just not good yet.
It's not good. It's not price efficient. I think there's a restaurant that serves it was like super expensive.
Wait, seriously?
If I remember right.
All right, you know what? Now you got me curious.
Well, I guess you can search.
But
no, lab-grown meat is still
like steak or cheese. Like, is it a steak or
burger?
Okay. Oh my god.
Oh, right now we're looking at an MIT technology review of it. But I'm pretty sure there was a restaurant that did it. Restaurant.
Yeah, yeah.
Restaurant.
Say in a booth in the hotel lobby in Brooklyn. It makes up 50%. Okay, he's a vegetarian. Yada yada. We're food safe in this house. We're started a plant burger. Next on the docket of beef, the future of meat. The burger on my plate was actually only about 20% lab-grown material. What the fuck? Hey, they lied.
What? Was actually only 20% lab-grown material? Yeah.
Motherfucker.
That's another thing where they tie, like, putting meat cells in grapes and shit, making it grow. Like, have you ever seen?
Oh, is this the one
grape?
you're talking about?
I mean, it could be.
Fuck.
But there's weird stuff.
If it's an awesome advertisement, I'm gonna like cry. Okay, no, it's T-Mobile. Thank God. Yeah, no. Okay, making meat affordable. Progress since the 300,000 lab-grown.
Also, July of 2023, July 31st, says federal regulators approve the sale of lab-grown meat from Good Meat based in Alameda.
These fucking pop-ups. Oh, now it's $9.98 per burger.
But I guess they're not like fully.
So it's all just lies?
What, that it's effective right now? Or the part where it's not fully lab grown? I think a lot of them actually were not fully lab grown.
Damn. So why is that not the case though?
Well, then again, I'll say this: the closer you get, the better it is. I mean, some of it, like I said before, was like meat cells put onto a plant culture.
So you like, still need a small. I guess the problem with that though is that wouldn't that mean we still need some cows? At least a smaller population. We can reduce the population, but like you'd still need a smaller population of cows.
Well, I mean, do you need a cow to make meat cells, or can you just have a bundle?
What kind of dumbass question was that?
Well, why can't you just make it from itself? Why can't you think? We actually.
Why can't I just will meat into existence?
You have meat grapes. Why can't you just use it for meat grapes? It's standing right in front of you. You can look at it. There's meat right there.
Where the fuck did the milk grape come from?
We already have it. You're saying that if cows still need to keep on dying? If you literally
not that you need them to die. You just need to harvest their cells. I.e., you can keep a handful of them alive.
Well, of course. What were you going to do? Clone a fucking dish with nothing on it? You needed a fucking cow number one.
With the power of your with the power of your fifth eye, you can will.
Yeah, the power of the fifth eye. I can just
will cells of cows into existence.
Yeah. That's what makes it sense. That's what makes it make sense, yeah. Of course there's going to be a cow that's needed to be sacrificed on the... we don't even know if you need to kill a cow necessarily. Maybe you just need to like, get a shot from it or something.
You just need to take some of it.
Yeah, like samples.
Yeah. A very small amount of it, but you'd still need to
But the thing is, could you use the cells left over from the meat culture that you've grown to make more meat?
I mean, if it sells, and not like it,
like why not?
It's gonna harm it. They haven't
but like
we didn't put it on screen, but in the other one they said they didn't optimize it yet, the process. So I guess just taking a guess, I'm imagining they haven't fully figured it out yet. But hey, it's $9 now for Impossible Burger. For a fucking partially lab-grown burger. What a crappy tagline. Sorry, figure out a better tagline. We'll get back to it.
Bad things.
Biden.
Yeah, that's a stupid one. I don't know. Like, I just saw Timbo post by saying, like, oh, what's happening? They're not letting Biden on the Ohio ballot. Which is, look, the story, it's a bit ironic. People are taking it as, oh, maybe Newsom will come in and take his spot. But, long story short, Biden's ballot issue in Ohio is that the Ohio Democratic Party has a rule that you have to be like a certain days away. Yeah.
Oh, is that
the requirement right there?
Certify the presidential candidate at least 90 days before the election day. The Democratic Party won't certify Biden until its national convention in Wisconsin, which is scheduled on August 19th, just 75 days before the election. So they're going to make a special exemption for this because they don't want to lose the Trump.
Yeah.
Next. What did Tim Pool say? Oh, this is going to shatter the entire Democratic Party.
He didn't go. I saw his post on Twitter. It wasn't that big.
Oh, okay.
It was just like a question mark saying like, "Oh, what's happening? What's that?" Like, dude, if you just read the fucking article, if you just like look into it a little bit, you can figure out what's happening. But it leads to a lot of people conspiracy posting.
Yeah, but you know how it's going to probably end up with the way they're all falling in behind Biden. Like they're going to let it through.
And but I wouldn't be surprised if Newsom became the next person in line. I mean, he did go on the fucking campaign trail with Biden.
God, I don't know if Newsom's a good pick though, because he has a lot of baggage. Like the kind of baggage that might make him incompatible, like to be a president. I know they're trying to groom him. I know they're trying to groom him, but like, I don't think he's the right guy. He seems like
he's not the guy.
He seems like
he's not that guy.
Well, no, he seems like someone who just has a lot of like partisan. It'd be hard to trust him, because of his bipartisan history. Or no, sorry, his partisan history.
Yeah.
Also, they just announced they're doing debates.
Yep. Do you think RFK is coming in between them? A little throuple?
Technically, he reached the requirement, but you told me something about that?
Yeah, basically, the debate isn't being held in the normal conventional way. It's pretty much an agreement between Trump's campaign, Biden's campaign, and CNN. They're not basically following the conventional rules for a presidential debate.
Because if they
that's
did,
pretty much up to them. Because if they did, then RFK would be let in.
Yeah. He's at the 15% polling.
Yeah.
So, he should be able to get in.
Now, RFK posted saying, like, oh, I hope to see you guys soon on the debate stage. But it's like, dude, nobody's announced that you'll be there. Nobody's announced that RFK will show up.
The way you explained it to me, it seems like that they did this specifically so that he can't do it.
Yeah. No, it really does sound like why else?
Why would they go through CNN?
I mean, maybe the Trump party would have done this either way. I mean, he literally ditched a bunch of debates in his own party.
That's true. Do you think...
Same thing with Biden, to be fair. But Trump also did it last election. He didn't like how the reporters and stuff were questioning him.
So what exactly is the new format? They're talking about how there's a new format.
Well, I don't think they've finalized the format.
Oh, okay.
Just that it'll happen with CNN, and I think it'll happen next month or July. When is the debate? It's happening really soon.
Oh, we're gonna be covering that.
Yeah.
You want to set that day aside?
God. Yeah, we could. June 27th. The first on June 27th by CNN, and on September 10th by ABC. So in a month and 5 days, we will see them lock horns.
Nice.
Touch tips.
Oh, 27. Wait, how many days?
June 27th. So in a month and 5 days.
Not that long from now.
Yeah.
Finally, we'll see who has the better drug cocktail.
Dude, I mean, look. There's a benefit to being senile in a way that you're energetic. Like, Trump is senile, but he's just energetically senile. Biden is like a computer going too slow, right? Like, the hard drive is not going.
I haven't had a computer that slow in years where you had to watch it load.
It's gross. Shouldn't be president for that reason.
Imagine having your fucking your grandma's 1990s beige desktop computer as your president.
But then, like, your other option is a person who's on the other side of it, where you see now in the way that he's super energetic, he's gonna like run away and lose his way out of the house.
He's a computer that's much more modern in theory, but he also burns himself out relatively quickly, which means that you never really get far with him either. Okay, look, you can't improve that. Both of them can be enhanced with the application of very powerful drugs.
Yeah.
But what we're watching is who has the better chemist / whoever is responsible for the drugs. That's what we're watching right now. We're watching a pharmaceutical arms race.
And you know what? Biden's working with a much worse base.
He has the presidential money. Trump's fighting 1,900 lawsuits and felony charges. So, I don't know how good that chemist is working his ass off right now.
God bless America.
That's the look that chemist gave.
God bless the nation.
Hold on.
So why do we have to be such a fucking laughing stock to the world, man? Why can't we have like two normal candidates? Why is our system so fucked where we have to have two senile
the face
people?
That Donald Trump's chemist has to look at every day and make sure that he keeps making that face. Look. Do you know how hard that man has to work? Look, he might be this outside, but because of those chemists, he's this on the inside.
Jesus.
Alright.
What? So the headline for that, I'm like, no.
Wait, what?
Don't even look at it.
I want to look at it. You can't
That's
do
the
that.
end.
You can't do that to me. What was that? What was it?
Don't. It's, yeah, no, I'm like,
all right, let's end on that.
Good night.
Bye, you guys. Sorry that I had to end on a weird one. Hope to see you soon. Next time. Bye-bye.